Do you have the copy of the agenda? All right.
Yeah, you're good.
Sure. Good morning. Good morning. This is the Finance and Capital Strategies Committee of March. First item on the agenda is the approval of the, this is the open session, and the first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes of the meeting of January 16, 2019. The item is moved. With no opposition, the item is approved. We are going to make a little bit of a change with the order that we're going to take the items. So item F1 and F2. Actually, item F1 and F2 and perhaps F3. We will move those to the end of this meeting. So I would ask the Chancellor and the team to come back. So we're going to start with item F4, which is a consent agenda, and it's approval of the preliminary plans funding Pepper Canyon West Upper Division undergraduate student housing project of San Diego campus. And for this item, Executive Vice President Borstrom, Associate Vice President Peggy Orivas, and Chancellor Costa are going to make this presentation.
Regent Macarishan, this is on a consent agenda, and so we are happy to answer any questions or have Chancellor Costa answer any questions. This was presented at the, first presented in July 2017, and this is just the approval of preliminary plans funding.
Correct. And I see one question from Regent Cohen.
Thank you. Can you give us an update? The last time we met on this, I think it was 2 months ago, there was direction to take a look at more density at this project. Can you give us a sense of what work's been done in the last 2 months on that and what the plans are going forward?
I can, but I think I'll turn it over to Chancellor Costa to talk about the densification.
So thank you. So talk to the so we literally last week just picked the design construction team, the architect and the construction planner, and the direction to them was to see how many more beds we can put in there. Their feedback was yes, they will work on putting more beds, but they wanted us to know that doubling it or tripling it, a significant increase would lead to density that we don't want on our campus. So there is some limit to how much more density we can have, but we are going to be working on it. We have taken your input very seriously. Absolutely.
Thanks, Mr. Chair.
Okay, any other questions? If there are no questions, then I move the item.
Second.
Item seconded without objection. Thank you very much. The next item is F5. It's an action item. It's approval of increase to undergraduate non-resident supplemental tuition for 2019-2020. And Executive Vice President Borstrom, Associate Vice President David Aksor will be presenting this item for 20 minutes.
Thanks, Chair Macarishan. Again, this would be approval of a proposed increase in undergraduate non-residential supplemental tuition of 2.6%. It would provide $28.9 million in new revenue for our campuses in 2019-20. And as you can see in the item, it's a proposed adjustment of $762 for the 2019-20 academic year. The overall budget plan for the university, which was approved by the Regents in November, included this, and it would both expand access for California students, increase degree attainment, close student achievement gaps, and invest in faculty, as we will discuss in more detail tomorrow, improve student access to mental health services, address costs related to employee and retiree health benefits, faculty and staff compensation, and contributions to UCRP, and also cover debt service increases under AB 94 to UC's capital program. As you know, non-resident supplemental tuition stays on the campus on which it is generated, and so specific examples of campus uses include UC Berkeley uses non-resident tuition to support its Student Learning Support Center, which provides academic support and advising to over 12,000 Berkeley undergraduates. UC Davis has been using NRST and has pledged it to pay debt service on classroom and infrastructure improvements, including the recently opened California Hall. And UC San Diego uses NRST to open and expand its Teaching and Learning Commons, which you heard about at the last meeting. This provides academic support services for all students, uses student data to improve efficacy, and also works with faculty and TAs on both pedagogy and teaching tools. David?
Whenever we come to the board with a request to increase student charges, we consider not just why the funds are needed and what they'll allow campuses to accomplish, which Nathan has just described, but also the potential impact on students. I'd like to share with you some information about trends in non-resident student demand for UC, students' ability to finance a UC education, and student outcomes as they relate to changes in NRST charges. First, in terms of admissions, non-resident freshman applications have been steady at around 61,000 applications per year over the past 4 years, even as NRST has increased. That's about 3 times as many applicants as at the start of the decade in 2010. Yield among these students, that is, the percentage of the students who are admitted, who ultimately decide to enroll at UC, has also remained remarkably flat. It's about 27%, plus or minus a percent, over the course of the past 10 years, and has not been affected by recent changes in NRST. One reason for that is that non-residents at UC tend to be from families with somewhat greater financial resources than California residents. Their median income is about twice that of California families. About 2/3 of non-residents are international students who are an important part of the university community. That share has increased over time. To get a student visa, these students had already had to demonstrate that their family has the income and assets needed to cover tuition and living expenses, and to do so in future years. We acknowledge, of course, student debt is an ongoing concern among many UC stakeholders. Non-residents are less likely to rely on student loans compared to California students, with only about 9% who borrow in any given year compared to about 43% for Californians. We also see strong and continued signs of student success. If you look at the 5 campuses with the highest percentages of non-resident students, their 4-year graduation rates are very comparable to those of California residents, and they're much higher than they were in past years, even when NRST was much lower. Please don't get me wrong, I do not mean to discount the challenges that certain individual students may face, non-residents and residents alike, in financing UC education. But given the important role that NRST plays in allowing campuses to offer the courses and services that students need, I think it's also important to explain why we believe that for the vast majority of the university's approximately 37,000 non-resident undergraduates, we don't expect the proposed tuition adjustment of 2.6%, which is actually a bit less than the projected rate of inflation for next year, to change our track record of strong student interest in UC and students making good progress towards graduation.
And before we open to questions and comments, I would also note that non-resident students pay both in-state tuition and non-resident supplemental. The president made the announcement that in-state would stay flat, and so the overall increase when those are combined is 1.8%, so less than 2%.
So Nathan, what portion of this $30 million is coming from foreign students?
As David said, roughly 2/3 of our non-resident students are international students, and the others are domestic non-resident from other parts of the United States.
So dollar-wise, you would say $10 million?
About $20 million.
$20 million or so. So it's very tough for some of these international students that are coming from countries like Peru, I don't know, other South American countries, or even some Chinese that are not millionaires or billionaires or whatever. And sometimes we may think that, $600 or $700 is not much when you're looking in California, sitting here, not close to Beverly Hills and all that stuff. But most of the time, that's like less than their parents' total yearly income. If somebody's coming from Pakistan or someone's coming from parts of the world, that's a lot of money for somebody to pay. Now, when I look at $30 million or $20 million, $30 million in total and $20 million in that portion, and you look at the total revenue of the university, which is $36 billion. Who sits back and says, well, let's collect another $20 million from all these people who may not be able to afford to pay, you know, $100? Can you walk me through the thinking that $20 million is going to be make a big difference for the university and you know, what thinking is about?
Yeah, first of all, I would point out, you know, our overall budget is $36 billion, but the part that we call the core budget is really about a quarter of that. So there are, you know, 75% of our budget is generated by our medical centers, by, you know, contracts and grants, other fund sources where there's very little fungibility to support the core mission. You know, you are right, and we did keep this tuition increase lower than we have in previous years, and yet it is a really important part of our overall core budget. As you recall, the regions had approved a budget that was looking for about $420 million from the state. We got $240 million, so we're already in a deficit of $180 million there, and it would be difficult to have another $30 million shortfall in looking at that. And it is something that I can say, you know, almost with certainty that the state is not going to buy out non-resident supplemental tuition. We had legislators who've actually advocated raising it higher. You know, as you know, I lived overseas. I lived in Ethiopia, the poorest country in the world, and I know, you know, what the livelihoods are there. That's not the majority of our students. They have to demonstrate their financial resources when they come to get a visa. So, you know, there may be some exceptions, but most of them are from families that have resources that could support this increase.
I understand that they have to show that they have the sources. But so what we're doing, your example of Ethiopia or Pakistan, Iran, Colombia, Peru, whatever, the only people that can demonstrate that are the rich people. So what you're doing is that you're taking all the smart, less, you know, parents are not millionaires or billionaires or whatever, and we're eliminating that. And I see the same thing for non-residents, U.S. So I don't understand that on the one hand, we're saying we're keeping the tuition flat, and we're trying to be, you know, inclusive, and I've said that we don't want to build walls around this university, but, and then on the other hand, we are contradicting that whole concept by coming in and saying that, hey, another $20 million, I can do X, Y, Z. So to me, I want to say that, you know, I was a foreign student when I came in here, and I was lucky maybe at that point in time that I came in here, and then all of a sudden things changed in the country that I came from. And people like me, or look at all the foreign students that we have in research. There was a report that 30% of the Fortune 500 company CEOs or founders actually came from, you know, as a foreign student. You look at you have 3 or 4 of our chancellors. Look at all the research. Look at all the Shuji Nakamura, who you know, saved all of our electricity with all those LED lights. I mean, to me, it's a travesty that we're doing that. I know I chair this committee, and I let the item come in. I will vote against it, but I'll leave it up to the rest of the committee members to make their points and see at the end of this discussion where we go. Okay, I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Trish is going to tell us. Let's start.
Thank you, Chair. My comment, look, I think whenever you increase tuition, it's a hard thing to do. Unfortunately, I feel like this is inevitable, but my concern is to see if there's a way to at least put some numbers around it so we address this. I appreciate the fact that we don't believe that this will impact our demand for enrollment by non-resident international students, and that those numbers will probably stay flat because we have great universities that people want to attend. I'm concerned about the people who are already here, though, the people who signed up for this, people who committed to do this, and they're here as first year, second year, third year, fourth year. And, just to understand what are those numbers, if you have them. Obviously, it's a little bit hard to separate those people out in terms of doing it, but I'd like to at least know what the numbers are about what that would be for those people who are currently here as opposed to the demand, because to me, those are two different numbers, because they're already here, contributing, signed up, and I'd like to at least have some numbers around that.
What I would say that might shed a little bit of light on that is what we have seen in terms of the track record of those students during past years when we've had tuition increases. And what we have not seen is, and some of these tuition increases have been significantly higher than what we're proposing right now, which is below the rate of inflation. We have not seen declines in students' persistence or in a reduction in their graduation rates. In fact, if anything, that has improved over time. The time to degree for these students has typically gone down, and their four-year graduation rate has actually declined dramatically over the last 10 years, even as NRST has gone up by about $8,000 during that time. I think partly that's a function of the fact that these families have demonstrated the resources when they come in, that they can handle this. I think it's reasonable for anybody planning an education to expect that there will be some, at least an inflationary cost increase, just in the way that there is to just about anything that we purchase, whether it's internet access or phone providers or anything else. And from past increases that were, as I said, is a higher magnitude, we haven't seen an adverse impact on students' actual outcomes.
I would say that probably a bigger impact on the students that have been here. They were grandfathered in, but there was an agreement with the state in a budget act 4 years ago, we used to allow non-resident students to qualify for our return to aid financial aid. And instead, we ended that practice and redirected that towards enrollment growth for California students. And as a result, incoming students next year will not have any access to our USAP, our undergraduate student aid program. And that's probably a bigger impact than this figure.
Regent Ango.
Thank you, Nathan. Actually, that was going to be my question. In terms of, I know they don't qualify for our USAP, but is there other scholarships? I know all our international and non-resident students are not monolithic and have a varying degree of resources available to them. So are there scholarships that we're able to provide for our neediest non-resident internationals? And then the second question I have is on the treatment of undocumented students and what their the impact to them on this.
So I can respond in terms of the financial aid. Yes, there are other financial aid resources available to them. Most of them are campus-based, unlike the system-wide program, which is funded by the base tuition revenue that students pay. Those include private gifts and philanthropy, which is one source, and there are, that of course varies by campus significantly. But also the revenue itself, the non-resident tuition revenue, campuses have discretion on how to use that. And if there are instances in which they are particularly interested in enrolling a particular cohort of non-residents or to increase, for whatever reason, some aspect of the socioeconomic or cultural diversity of their campus, they can use some of that revenue for it as well. So it's really a prohibition against using the fundamental tuition revenue, the USAP pool. There is no similar prohibition for other forms of aid.
Do we have a sense of how much scholarship money is given out? Yes, actually for example, of UC, our own institutional aid, across the system, it's a little over $20 million, and that would include the scholarships. And then there's also, these students also do qualify for outside gift aid. Many of them are very competitive in terms of external fellowships and scholarships that they bring with them as well. And my question on undocumented students.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question again? Oh, what impact?
Heard from several of our students that as undocumented students, they get counted as non-residents, and whether this increase will affect them, or are we able to count them as residents?
So for the vast majority of our undocumented students, they will not be affected by this. These are students who qualify for AB 540, which waives non-resident tuition in its entirety, provided the student attended a California high school for at least 3 years and graduated from a California high school. That accounts for the great majority of our undocumented students. There are a handful who, for whatever reason, did not attend a California high school or perhaps didn't graduate. It is challenging for those students because they have to cover non-resident tuition, and so this adjustment would apply to them. But that's that's a very small percentage of our undocumented population.
Regent Leap.
Sorry, I didn't quite understand your last answer because you said that the tuition money does, tell me if I'm wrong, but you said something to the effect that most undocumented students will not be affected by this increase, but then you said only those that didn't attend a California high school. Did I misunderstand you?
The only ones who will be affected are if they do not currently qualify for a waiver, which means they did not attend a California high school or graduate from a California high school. That's a very small percentage of our undocumented students.
But those are all the out-of-state. I'm confused by that because we're talking about out-of-state non-resident tuition, none of which went to California high schools.
Sure. I think I understand the confusion. The reason why undocumented students are sometimes concerned as to whether or not they are treated as California residents or non-residents is because by law, we cannot formally classify even an undocumented student who went to a California high school as a resident. They are still technically a non-resident, but they're eligible for a waiver that essentially takes non-resident tuition off the table. So they're technically non-residents, it's correct, but they are unaffected by this. So the only ones then who are affected are undocumented students from other states, not
Right.
those who've attended California. And that's a very small percentage.
Okay.
Okay, Regent Anderson.
Thank you, Chair. You know, my experience as being an undergrad and a graduate student, I love the international diversity, whether that was from parts of Europe or Asia, Central or South America. But the challenge that our universities are having today is that we're being still underfunded by the state. While the relations are improving, the state is still not funding to the levels that we need to sustain the highest quality university and to pay for the services that are needed. And so we're unfortunately having to push some of the burden onto our international and or out-of-state students to help fund the rest of the university for the services. And the hard part of this is that I think that our non-state residents and international students are going to have to pay market value, and so that's really where more I would think that we should be setting our tuition rates at. And I think we'll even look at for some of the chances of what is that market value on a relative basis. As the state, you know, the parents and the students are paying in-state tuition, they're funded by the state, and that comes back to help subsidize offset the tuition for our university. And we hopefully have more funding from the state, but at the end of the day, we need to get market-based tuition for out-of-state and international students. I think that's where we need to help fund the rest of the universities that are being short from their support from the state.
Regent Anderson, one comment I might make is that we look at how our non-resident tuition compares with our public comparators. And we look at our four primary public comparators, Michigan, Virginia, Illinois, and SUNY Buffalo. We are below Michigan and Virginia. We're above Illinois and Buffalo. However, our total cost of attendance, especially because of the cost of housing, is higher than even Michigan and Virginia.
President Napolitano.
Yeah, I came in to ask the committee to adopt this recommendation. The recommendation essentially holds out-of-state tuition flat in terms of constant dollars. It injects that increase, that 2.6% represents 29 million, which either means cuts elsewhere or the inability to, at San Diego, they would use it to, as they say, hire faculty and TAs, at Davis to hire academic advisors, at Irvine to expand majors and minors in some impacted fields like business. And so, as Nathan just related, this increase, it does keep us competitive with our public comparators, puts us right in the middle between Virginia, Michigan, SUNY Buffalo, and Illinois. And I have to say that we don't seek this increase lightly. But as David described to Regent Anguiano, there are other forms of financial assistance available to our out-of-state and international students. And we haven't seen any, in terms, Regent Anderson, of your market comparison, when we have raised out-of-state tuition in the past, we've seen no decline in applications from out-of-state or international students. And so, to circle back to where I started, this is an increase that actually keeps out-of-state tuition flat in terms of constant dollars. Otherwise, costs continue to rise. We're talking about a cut elsewhere in the university's program.
Student Advisor Hope.
Thank you, Chair. Throughout my time at the UC, I've come to recognize non-resident students as one of the UC's great strengths. And one of the things that deeply concerns me is how the diversity of the non-resident population will be impacted. We, as stated before, it doesn't seem like applications or interest has dropped, but some countries or some states, some communities will probably be more impacted than others. For students from these communities and that are currently at our UC, or students from these communities that are looking to go to our UC, what other forms of assistance can we offer them? Is there any sort of mechanism like the return to aid that we offer our resident students? Is there really anything other than the private scholarships that were mentioned before?
Our non-resident students are eligible for any scholarship or grant form other than what's called the return to aid, the undergraduate student aid program. And that is the only thing that has been phased out for them, but they're open to other state aid, other federal aid, private support, or merit-based program that's often funded by philanthropy at the campuses.
One additional question, if that's all right. Before considering the raise in tuition, what other alternatives were considered in raising this money for raising the $30 million?
We put together a comprehensive budget plan that was approved by the regents in November, and it included a pretty balanced approach in both efforts that the university was making itself in asset management, in philanthropy, in procurement, in risk management, to try to contain our costs and generate alternate revenues. We also worked with the state on their contribution. And that included a buyout of in-state tuition. So this was one of the additional forms of revenue, plus an increase in non-resident enrollment at those campuses that are below the current cap.
The only thing I'll add to that is when we did worked with the state last year to see if there was any interest in their part on buying out a proposed increase for the non-resident students there. What we got back was a pretty strong statement that their expectation is that for the additional costs associated with non-resident students, they would expect those students and families to pay their fair share of those costs rather than expect the state taxpayers to buy that out with additional state funding.
Regent Pauls.
Thank you. So these questions, these difficult choices, they're always, to me, about competing values. When we have one value and it's butting up against another value that we have. I wanted to be refreshed on the amount of return to aid that has historically gone to non-resident students.
So before we started the process of phasing this out, I think about 10% of the non-resident students qualified for that aid. And I believe, if I think back of how much we wound up being asked to divert back into the operating budget, it was on the order of $40 to $50 million. 42 million? 42 million.
And
So that's back when they were all fully eligible, the amount of UC grants that they were getting at that time.
Okay, and then the eligibility threshold for return to aid was what?
In terms of financial need, it's not a flat number. I will tell you that it was calculated differently for non-residents and always has been, in that the additional cost of non-resident supplemental tuition was never considered to be eligible for coverage with return to aid. So suppose you had two students, one a non-resident, one a resident, exactly the same financial circumstances. There would still be an over $20,000 gap in terms of aid between the two, because, or rather, of what they would need to contribute, because they would get the same aid, but the non-resident would still have that extra 20-some thousand of non-resident tuition that they would have to pay.
So they got some help, but just never as much help as the resident student would get in
Exactly, and that's
return
why,
to aid.
that's exactly right. And that's why we have always had a different level of commitment to financial accessibility to California residents than we have to out-of-state students. And so it has always been challenging for out-of-state students to afford UC compared to the subsidy that an in-state student gets.
Mm-hmm. Nathan, were you going to say something?
Well, just one other data point that David had pointed out, that the average median income of non-residents is more than twice as high as our California students. But another data point is about close to half of our undergraduate students in California take out some form of loan to support their education. Only 9% of our non-resident students do, even though they have a much higher cost.
Okay, so, you know, I share the chair's concerns on this item. The median, the 10-2, by and large, I think it does mask the students and families who really are going to be hard hit by this. And it seems to me, if the state is not going to let us have non-resident return to aid, that we should be trying to fill that bucket in other ways for even our international students who really have a high need. I don't think we want to end up at the point where we only have wealthy international students. I don't think that reflects who we are as a public university. I'm not even sure I think that reflects where we are as a state, frankly, given how people think about refugees and other immigrants. And so I'm hoping that in these conversations that we disabuse the notion that it's only wealthy international students who can or should come to the University of California. So while I appreciate that this is modest in scope and the real good that it is designed to do in terms of funding the university's other priorities, I'm not sure that I can really support this at this time. I would love to see some additional efforts made in this area, because I think you make reasonable arguments about the median wealth and the average profile of international students. But as we know, not everybody is average or above average. Thank you.
Okay, Chair Kiefer.
Yeah, I want to support the resolution, and I want to sort of speak on a broader level why, and because we can ask a lot of questions about things, but I agree with Regent Park that it is a matter of how you look at values and your obligations. As the president has often said, we teach for California and we research for the world. Our obligation as trustees for this board is the education of our California students and the economy that we are building here and the research we do for the world. Long before we had to charge, we charged out-of-state students and had an increase in out-of-state students, I supported having more out-of-state students. That goes back to my time as an undergraduate because of the value of that. I saw that as a value to California, not a value to the out-of-state student. Our obligation is to our own system, and we are short on revenues just there. So the notion of having out-of-state students as a balance and a reflection of the country and outside the country, I think is helpful and useful to the University of California. But our job is not to educate the rest of the world or provide them the financial aid that we are obligated in many ways to provide our own students. So what it comes down to then is your policy competitive such that out-of-state or out-of-country students can come here as easily as they might come to Michigan and other top public universities. Obviously, private universities are even further out of reach. So for me, it comes down to a balance of resources and what our role is. And we can be sympathetic about the desire for people throughout the world to have a California education. But I don't think that can drive us to say that we're going to support the world in terms of their own needs, financial needs. So for those reasons, I agree with the president. I also think we're going to have to look at the future on this. You cannot hold any of the tuition constant forever. I mean, at the same dollar forever. All our costs go up approximately 2 or 3% a year at least. So when you hold things flat and don't change anything over a 10-year period, you're reducing your budget by 30% in that area. So you just can't do it. The notion we ought to be thinking about in the future probably is constant dollars. Freezing tuition at constant dollars. Because income goes up, costs of bread goes up, costs of everything go up at approximately that rate, give or take. But on this particular issue, I just want to get back why I support this. Am I happy? Is anybody happy about disappointing students who are here? And of course not. But I think we have to look at our principal obligation here.
Thank you, Regent Kiefer. I want to remind the students that this is democracy, so Regent Kiefer could be against it, for it, and I'll be against it. So, and President is right. The increase is not that much, comparing to inflation or our cost is really not much of an increase. But my point was that that little increase for some of the foreign students' parents is their total yearly income, or could be even more than their total yearly income. And my other concern, you weren't here when I was raising those, is eliminating sort of the low-income smart kids from being able to apply to the university because they first have to qualify before they get a visa. They have the means to pay for the tuition. And so that's one concern. And the second concern is really people who have come in here, let's say last year or second year or third year, some of the students raised that, is that their parents, all of a sudden they can't raise the additional dollars. So maybe I'm going to vote against this. And as I said, this is democracy, so everybody else may support it. And I'm just one vote, and I'll be in a true minority this time, in this case. But I think it would be very wise for us to give international students the same thing, heads up from now on, this is what we're going to do, rather than, hitting them with a surprise. And that's just, that's just one of the obligations that we also have, which we said for California students, we're going to do the same thing. Your tuition is not going to rise or is going to rise. So give them some advance notice so that they're not all of a sudden, hit with something that they may not be able to do. And in this case, there's one more. Yes, please.
I agree with you. Whether the vote passes or not, we'll find out. But Nathan, I think one of the things that just hearing everybody here is this concept of informed choice, whereby, God, it would be nice to make an informed choice with long-range planning to say to in-state students, out-of-state students, DACA students, here's a document based on what information we have today that when you start school as a freshman, when you start UCLA as a freshman in 2020, here's what tuition is for out-of-state, in-state, and based on our information today, here's what the projected increases might be. Is that possible to give some level of disclosure, not set in stone, not something that we can't go back on, but at least some guidance? So the family that in India that makes $2,000 a year can sort of make that decision. Am I making a smart decision or am I making a dumb decision by sending my kid to the University of California?
That actually is our, that's our hope and our expectation in the multi-year plan, that we would have that tuition, as Chair Kiefer said, would basically be flat and constant dollars both for in-state and non-resident. As you said, though, I mean, we have to have guardrails on that because a lot of that is contingent on what we get from the state. And if we were to be, even zeroed out, but I think we could probably put a range where we're never going back to the days where we would have the double-digit inflation or increases that we had 10 years ago.
Nobody likes a tuition increase. I didn't like it when I came here. It sucks. It's terrible. It changes people's lives. But I'd rather have the information ahead of time just so I know, is this something I can do? Is this something that's possible? And I think we owe it to the students all around here to give them as much disclosure and transparency as we can with the information that we have so that they can make an informed choice. We have to run the university. If tuition has to go up, that will be decided in the group, in the vote, and it will be what it will be. And we want to have the best university, and we want to have the best researchers and the best students. But giving people a choice with disclosure and transparency, I really think is the wave of the future.
Yeah, we would agree, and that's one of the predictability, stability is one of our goals in the multi-year plan.
Thank you. Student Observer Varsa Shartazar.
Thank you. Good morning, Chair Makarichian and Regents. My name is Varsha Sarveshwar. I am a student at UC Berkeley, and I'm here on behalf of the UC Student Association. Not the UC In-State Student Association, not the UC California Resident Student Association, but the UC Student Association. So today, I'm here to strongly encourage you to vote against this proposed 2.6% non-resident tuition increase. At the heart of the conversation over non-resident students, I think, is the fact that it's not politically expedient for this institution to support its non-resident students. The University of California has been, as you know, harshly criticized for its non-resident student population. And I recognize the need to maintain that trust between the university, our elected officials, and the Californian public. And it is understandable that in a world where wealthy parents allegedly bribe coaches and test administrators so that their children can go to prestigious universities, that ordinary California families worry that their own children may not have that access to a public higher education. We know this, but we also know that many of these criticisms, particularly when they are from elected officials who should know better, are not made in good faith. We know that the university increased non-resident enrollment because state funding fell through the floor. We know that we have dramatically increased our enrollment of California residents well past the targets that we set. We know that non-resident tuition subsidizes classrooms, services, and institutional aid for in-state students, even as those very students don't benefit from that institutional aid. And most importantly, we know that non-resident students bring diversity, diversity of identity and diversity of perspective to our campuses and our classrooms. A lot of people look at this political climate and conclude that there is no point, that if we can barely secure funding to keep tuition flat for our in-state students, there's no way we can secure funding for our non-resident students. And I was very, very heartened to hear that thinking challenged today. I understand that the UC doesn't expect this tuition increase to hurt non-resident students because, quote, the median parent income for non-resident undergraduates was over twice the median income for California residents. But if anything, this demonstrates how these tuition increases are steadily pricing out low-income and middle-class non-resident students. We especially cannot forget about the non-resident students who are low-income or middle-class, including many undocumented students who do not qualify for AB 540, who will be hurt by further tuition and fee increases. This, as Regent Park so eloquently put it, this undermines our diversity, and we shouldn't be okay with any of it. We need to recognize that we, as in-state students, we don't want to see non-resident students, our classmates, our colleagues, our friends being pushed out of this university. And at what point do these non-resident students and their families finally say, there's no point to applying to the University of California because clearly Californians are not going to welcome us? Addressing all of this is certainly harder than giving up, but we as students know that the non-resident students at this institution should not be blamed for the lack of access at our university system. And we as students are ready to make that case forcefully, including those of us who are in-state students. And if this university doesn't, then we sure don't give the legislature any incentive to do any better. So today's debate about non-resident students, I believe, can often not be grounded in the reality of student experience. I would like to think that the purpose of my UC education is to challenge this kind of thinking. I think we owe it to our non-resident students to engage in a conversation that is honest and considers the long-term sustainability of the course we're on, as well as the values that we say we champion. I think the conversation that just occurred today was deeply valuable, and that conversation needs to continue and be resolved before a vote is taken. For these reasons, I strongly encourage the members of this committee to vote against today's proposed non-resident tuition increase. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Sure.
Yeah, I agree. We've had a good discussion. I move the item.
The item is moved. Second? Seconded by President. All in favor?
Aye.
No.
No. Can we get a roll call vote, Mr. Chair, please?
Please call the roll.
All right, we're going to do a roll call vote for item F5. Anderson?
Approve.
Aguiano?
Aye.
Cohen?
No.
Kiefer?
Aye.
Lieb?
No.
Migration?
No.
Napolitano? Park? Sherman? It passes by five, majority.
It's passed.
5 yeses.
Okay, item is passed. Thank you. We move, now we're going to go a little bit out of order again. We will move to item F8. It's a discussion item, and it's overview of Parnassus Heights planning and renovation of UC Hall, San Francisco campus. And this item is going to be presented by Executive Vice President Burstrom, Associate Vice President Peggy Arribas, and Chancellor Haugot.
All right, Regent Makarishan's keeping me on my toes. I never know which item's going to come up, but
I am sorry, but
No,
that's the way it has to go today.
good.
If he
I'm
had
gonna-
a, if he,
I'm going to turn this over to Chancellor Haugot and his team to discuss the overview of Parnassus Heights and the replacement of the hospitals there.
Thank you, Chair Makarichan and members of the committee. I'm pleased to provide you with an initial update on our planning efforts for a new hospital on our Parnassus Heights campus, along with our plans to revitalize the overall campus on Parnassus Heights. Because of the size and complexity of this project, which is likely to extend over a period of 2 decades, we anticipate this will be the first of several presentations over the next 2 years. The Parnassus Heights campus is the oldest and largest of the campuses at UCSF, and it is the home to our 4 professional schools, various research programs, and our adult specialty hospitals and clinics. Over the last 2 decades, we have gained widespread philanthropic, civic, and community support that enabled the development of the Mission Bay campus. We are now turning our attention to revitalizing the historic Parnassus Heights campus. The oldest building on this campus is over 100 years old, and half of the buildings are at least 50 years old, with much of the physical plant not well suited for 21st century science, education, or clinical care. In addition, to comply with Senate Bill 1953, our Moffitt Hospital, the Workship Adult Hospital, must be seismically retrofitted or decommissioned for inpatient acute care by January the 1st, 2030. We have therefore embarked on 2 major parallel and coordinated planning processes that will result in a transformative vision to ensure that the Parnassus Heights campus remains the flagship site for UCSF. The first of these planning processes is for the design and construction of a new hospital on the Parnassus Heights campus that will be called the Helen Diller Medical Center on Parnassus Heights. The second planning process is what we are calling the Comprehensive Parnassus Plan, which is aimed at reimagining and revitalizing the entire academic campus along with the new hospital. We launched the comprehensive planning process in May of 2018, designed to re-envisage and revitalize the campus as a whole. The resulting comprehensive Parnassus Heights plan will be an essential tool to help guide decisions regarding new construction, demolition, and renovation over the next 2 decades. The comprehensive Parnassus Heights plan is intended to provide flexibility for the current leadership team and our successors to allow UCSF to adapt to future opportunities and needs for 21st century education, research, and clinical care. Scenarios for an initial phase of the comprehensive improvement are being developed along with a framework for future phases of revitalization. One of the guiding principles of the comprehensive plan, as shown on this slide by the different colors, is to form complementary districts on the campus that can help organize functions to reinforce identity, improve operational efficiency, and facilitate collaboration. The districts identified here would be supported by a series of concourses and connections to provide clear wayfinding and strengthen the connections to the community. These concepts foster convergence of the academic, clinical, and research missions. Now, a major element of our long-range renewal planning is the construction of a new hospital on the Parnassus Heights campus, and we are very fortunate to have received a generous pledge of $500 million from the Helen Diller Foundation to support the planning, design, and construction of a new world-class hospital. Sorry, I'll go back a slide. The proposed new hospital is planned to be constructed where the current Langley Porter Psychiatric Institute is currently located, identified to the far right of this slide in the blue Clinical East End District. This location would provide critical connections and adjacencies to the Long and Moffitt hospitals, optimizing the delivery of patient care while also fostering connections to the research and academic communities at Parnassus Heights. The outpatient psychiatric services currently located in Langley Porter Psychiatric Institute will be relocated to a new child, teen, and family center at 2130 Street, located a block south of the Mission Bay campus. This building is under construction and has been previously approved by this board. The inpatient and partial hospitalization programs in the Psychiatric Institute will also be relocated to alternate spaces that are under current discussion. We envisage the ability to pull down the Langley Porter Psychiatric Institute to prepare for new construction as early as 2022. The Parnassus Heights campus is critical to our future, and this planning process is intended to assure our excellence into the next century. Turning to the new hospital itself, over the last 10 years, the Bay Area population has grown steadily by about 1% a year, and substantial growth is expected to continue at a similar pace over the next decade. With national Medicare enrollment expected to increase with the aging population, we also expect to see an increase in acuity and length of stay of our patients. We plan to accommodate more complex cases in the new hospital as the less complex cases continue to transition to either outpatient care or to community hospitals in our ever-growing health network. This will mean a longer length of stay for patients in the new hospital and a greater bed need. We continue to work closely with our regional network partners and affiliates who rely on UCSF to support their complex patients, and the demand for patient transfers continues to grow year over year. To assess this true need, we took the year of 2017 to develop a strategic clinical facilities plan. The idea was to get a true assessment of demand and to develop an achievable and affordable facilities option that would align with the volume projections and our long-term strategy for UCSF Health, our business plans, and our financial capabilities. The conclusion of this planning process is that a larger hospital is needed on the Parnassus Heights campus than what had been envisaged in the 2014 Long-Range Development Plan. By investing in these new facilities, UCSF Health will be investing in our patients, providers, and staff by creating more inviting, functional, and state-of-the-art buildings in which to provide clinical care. Our hospital discharges for many services, such as neurosurgery, vascular surgery, high-end cancer care, are expected to see significant increases over the next 10 years as a result of the growth in the overall population in the Bay Area and the aging of the population. Our comprehensive Parnassus plan will be complete this summer, with a preferred alternative for the overall re-envisaging of the campus and different options for an initial set of improvements. Implementation of the plan will occur over time, probably over the next 2 decades, as funding and program opportunities are available. Turning back to the hospital, in 2018, we developed a vision and guiding principle for the planning and design of the new hospital at Parnassus Heights. Based on this visioning work, master planning and functional and space programming for the proposed project is now being started. The planning and programming for the new hospital will be developed in the context of functional needs across the UCSF Helen Diller Medical Center, including the existing Long and Moffitt hospitals. We expect to begin architectural design later in early 2020, with site clearance work in 2022 and subsequent construction to begin in 2023, and we are targeting 2029 for our first patient in the new hospital. This slide shows our planned contact with both the Health Science Services Committee as well as this committee. In December of this year, we plan to come back to this committee with more information about the proposed hospital project, followed by discussion and a request for preliminary plans funding in subsequent meetings of the Finance and Capital Strategies Committee. We also plan to provide updates as planning efforts for the comprehensive campus plan develop. This concludes my prepared remarks, and we're happy to take any questions. I should have said joining me is Senior Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration, Paul Jenne, and President and CEO of UCSF Health, Mark Larratt.
Thank you, Chancellor. Great presentation, and and it's going to be a huge project for the San Francisco area. I've received a lot of emails asking me to make sure that we, during our discussions, you address the shortage of housing and also the residential units that are necessary for both the staff, the students, and everybody else. I know you and I have had that discussion, but for the general public, would you address that here so everybody else can hear that?
Yes, as part of the comprehensive plan, we are looking at densifying the campus, amongst other things, by adding housing, certainly for students and possibly for staff and faculty on the Parnassus Heights campus. We're just sorting out the overall geography of the campus. As you know, and in the item that has before you, in 1976, the Regents imposed a variety of restrictions on our capacity to expand the Parnassus Heights campus. We're taking those seriously and have already begun working with both the community surrounding the campus as well as a variety of city and state elected officials to help us come up with the best plan that adds housing to the campus, which of course will reduce traffic trips to the campus, as well as modernizing all of the facilities and providing a world-class hospital to the city and community of the Bay Area. It's a complex jigsaw that will be coming back to this committee several times before the plan is finalized.
Correct. So you will be showing us, I've seen that one slide that you had specific housing locations, but you will be including that in some of your presentations. So people who have been sending me emails, they should know that there's going to be plenty of housing for them, and they're not going to have to spend those very expensive, most of their funds on expensive housing in San Francisco. Regent Nguyen?
I was wondering if this planning is incorporating an expansion of the number of students that can access a UCSF education.
We are not planning a dramatic increase. As you know, we only do professional and graduate education. We are looking at the number of graduate students we educate with the hope that we could identify funding streams to increase the size of our graduate student body. We are planning very modest increases in our professional students. We have officially opened a branch campus in Fresno for medical students, and that would be our focus to increase the Central Valley medical student, but not on this campus per se.
No other questions? Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing this item in the future. Okay, now we're going to move to, actually, we're going to go back to our item F6, just to confuse Nathan. And that's the replacement of University House and Event Center of Santa Cruz campus. And this item is being presented by our Executive Vice President Borstrom, Associate Vice President Peggy Orivas, and Chancellor Blumenthal.
Terrific. While they are gathering, this again, Regent Makarishan, is a discussion item, and it's about the replacement of the University House and Event Center at the Santa Cruz campus. With that, I'll turn it over to Chancellor Blumenthal.
Thank you, Nathan. There is a wise UC policy requiring that a chancellor be provided with suitable living accommodations and public space for the many functions associated with the position of chancellor. The Santa Cruz campus is about to have a momentous transition with the upcoming appointment of our 11th chancellor as I step down from the position at the end of June. We face a significant challenge in the recruitment of a new leader. The existing University House joined the campus in 1967, and like me, has aged considerably over time. Most significantly, University House, both its public and private space shown on the slide, has been red tagged for seismic safety reasons for over 3 years. In addition to its structural issues, the layout of the public and private spaces make effective use difficult. Its technology is outdated, and assuring the safety, security, and privacy of the Chancellor and their family members is challenging. The House does not meet modern standards of accessibility and is thus less welcoming to the many visitors that we have, and it's inconsistent with our campus core values. Moving to the next slide, in September of 2015, the campus provost and executive vice chancellor charged a University House and Event Center Planning Committee at my behest. Along with overseeing an existing conditions evaluation then underway, the committee explored the current and future programs for the space, considered whether alternatives could meet campus goals, and analyzed options for implementation. The committee wisely created guiding principles for the next phase of the University House and Event Center, as shown on this slide. I want to speak to the many uses of the private and public spaces of University House and Event Center, encapsulated in these principles. Both Vice Chancellor Delaney to my left and I joined the campus as young assistant professors, she in 1983 and I in 1972. She became Vice Chancellor in 2009, and I have occupied the Chancellor's office since 2006. Between us, Vice Chancellor Delaney and I have a total of over 80 years of campus service, and we've experienced a multitude of events at University House under different chancellors. As assistant professors, we initially approached University House with some trepidation, and we came to value its spectacular view, the ability to meet with others in a welcoming setting, and the special nature of a visit to University House when faculty, staff, or students were being honored. During my time as Chancellor, I've hosted dinners, large and small, for distinguished visitors. I've celebrated student and faculty achievements in research, teaching, and diversity, equity, and inclusion. I have advanced a greater sense of understanding and cooperation between the surrounding community and the campus, with many of the critical conversations and events taking place at University House. Celebratory events around holidays and other special occasions draw campus members together, making me as Chancellor an accessible and integral part of the campus community. Now let me turn to Vice Chancellor Delaney.
Thank you, Chancellor. Oops, I guess you're in the sun. Thank you, Chancellor. The Chancellor's recollections about our time as assistant professors just recalled the first time I was called to a lunch at University House with Chancellor Sinsheimer, and my fear that I was somehow in trouble or had done something wrong, to realize that I was at a lunch with 7 other faculty and the Chancellor for a conversation, and how much that meant in my early career on the campus. That just came back as you said that. The slide that you're on now outlines the Planning Committee's work. I chaired that committee, including the alternatives considered. One of the things we were doing was overseeing the current condition study at that point, and in November 2015, the entire building was red tagged with the Office of the President's involvement because of serious structural issues. University House was consistent with building codes, including seismic requirements, at the time it was built. Over time, building codes become more sophisticated, especially about safety requirements. In particular, we gain more knowledge about building failure modes with each big earthquake someplace on the planet. And the codes are modified with new knowledge as a result. We did 2 seismic evaluations, one in fall 2015 that resulted in the red tagging, and a confirming study in fall 2016. They reached clear conclusions on several major structural issues, along with other code and accessibility deficiencies. For me, I'm going to translate the language of the reports into something I find more readily accessible and less technical equivalents as context for your final recommendation, our final recommendation. First, the existing perimeter stucco walls, shear walls, lack sufficient system to do their job as the building's seismic force resisting system. The stucco would need to be removed, have new wood structural shear wall panels inserted, and the walls be restuccoed if we were going to pursue a renovation option. Second, the way the buildings are attached to the foundation is insufficient, especially the cripple walls, those short walls below things like windows, of which the building has large expanses of windows, and they would need considerable reinforcement to work effectively in keeping the building whole. Third, the roof cords, meaning the top and bottom pieces of the long trusses that support the roof, need to be continuous everywhere as the roof changes height, but they are not. Fixing this would require additional framing and bracing, and the structural integrity of lengthy roof trusses, like the unknown effects of dry rot that we haven't opened up to find yet, are not yet clear. Then we go to the next slide. Yeah, sorry, trying to do two things at once. Yes. As a consequence, we looked at various options for renovating the public, renovating the private, building anew the public, building anew the private portions of the house. And we recommended total replacement of the existing university house and event center as the best long-term solution. The timeline of events to date and the projected completion of a new facility in early 2022 are outlined on this slide. As I said, we looked at different combinations of renovation versus new construction, and we ultimately rejected the renovation options. The staff and study cost estimates projected those to be comparable in cost to new construction, but the apparently lower or comparable total estimate for renovation doesn't include all of the aspects that make a renovation have many more unknowns than new construction. You open up a wall, you open up the ceiling, you found something you didn't expect, and the renovation process is more costly. It also didn't address the programmatic deficiencies in both the private residence and the public areas in terms of suitable quarters for a chancellor to live and to entertain small events, and in the public areas to suitably hold large events both inside and trending to the outside. In our view, total redevelopment affords the best opportunity to meet the project goals and provide a functional, modernized, secure space for the next chancellor and their family. And it will provide a more functional and flexible space for hosting intimate and larger scale events that match the needs for fundraising and other important gatherings for students, faculty, and staff. We also recommended that the short-term needs of the new chancellor be met with a leased, ready-to-use residence near the main campus. And this will come to the Regents to the Compensation Committee in May 2019 for approval. We're in the pre-design phase for an approximately 9,000 gross square foot facility. About 60% of the space will be public event space, and the residents, the remaining 35 to 40% of the space, will have space for smaller events, 12 to 15 people. We've reinstituted the Planning Committee, and we are conducting planning, programming, site studies, and establishing design guidelines, and preparing a request for proposals for a design-build redevelopment project, with the contract to be awarded in summer of 2019. We will return to this committee in May 2019 for full budget approval with more detail about project objectives and costs. Thank you for your time and attention.
Okay, I understand that this is a discussion item, but just looking at this one slide here scares me, and I'll tell you why. I think if you look at a $10 million house around Santa Cruz campus, you will see that 30 or 40% of that is land cost. And here we have free land, and you plan to build let's say at a maximum of 9,500 square feet, and for a budget of $10 million, that's almost $1,000 per square foot for a house. To me, that's a non-starter. So I would tell you, or I would ask you, when you come back for a budget approval, whenever you come back and whenever you put out your design build contract for discussion, I think you should put a much lower budget in there and have people design to that budget, rather than saying that your budget is $10 million and now you're going to get a design build guy who's going to make $5 million profit off of you. I know no matter what, you can go around Beverly Hills here and take a look at $10 million houses, and you will see, and some of the people that are from here and some of us that have properties around here, that $10,000 per square foot construction is, I mean, the fanciest of the fanciest of the fanciest of McMansions. I guess I created that name, but I shouldn't say it. So, so that just scares me, especially when we're talking about the item before, which was saving $20 million on out-of-state tuitions and that kind of stuff. I mean, you got to take that into account. So my first impression as a discussion is that you got to come back with something that's way, way less than that. I remember when we were approving, Chancellor of San Diego is not here, San Diego House, that had a lot of problems in there. We had Indian burial grounds, we had slope mitigation, we had so many different difficulties and all that stuff. That's understandable, but $10 million on a clean site is not understandable, at least by me. So I don't want. Sometimes I see that on your next presentation you say as discussed in the previous discussions. So I just want to be clear on everything. This is not acceptable. I don't know if anybody else, anything else that they'd like to say, but to me, this is way, way, way over what we should be spending, and I'm all for building a large place, but I'm just talking about contractors taking you not to one cleaners, but to a lot of cleaners. But
So
I should have said that. And I know Chancellor will not be here to enjoy this, so I think he will be supporting me in lowering the standards. I don't know what that does to your search committee, but we have to take that into account. But that's again, just like the previous item, that's just one opinion, but I will not let this one go by.
So Regent Makarishan, we will do a better job next time on giving you more detail on the disaggregated costs. We've been looking at the San Diego experience to understand what we have to learn from that one. Our cost adjusted are comparable to that. We certainly do not want to build a McMansion or go to any extreme with things like finishes. We have a lot of site work to do. We have demolition and abatement. That's one part of it. The sewer line was not built to code at the time and is not to code now. The water lines are not sufficient to install fire sprinklers in the house. So we have a number of things that are site-related that are not the construction costs for the house itself, but are in costs that are in some senses comparable to the things that added expenses to the San Diego project.
Okay, again, I don't want to be argumentative, but we built McMansions for a third of those prices. I shouldn't have said that because you say, how come you sell it so expensive? But I say that because, this is public university and public funds. So, comparing it to the San Diego is totally different. San Diego was as I said, had many problems with Coastal Commission and all the, as I said, a lot of, Nathan was here and he's shaking his head. So I just want to be on the record for camera that you agree with me. So, Regent Deep?
I just wanted to, first of all, totally agree with the chair and appreciate the chair's deep knowledge in all of construction and building and so forth, because I think it's very valuable for those of us who have not been, directly involved in building and everything. So I wanted just to underscore my appreciation for your looking at things like that and coming up with these kinds of questions. I think it's very valuable. And I just want to concur just in general. I look at optics, and I think that, the one thing I know for sure is a target budget of $10 million is not going to be liked by anybody. It's not going to be liked by students. It's not going to be liked by the chancellor that's there, because he or she will be met with lots of criticism for the entire time that they live there, that they're living in a, in a mansion. And I realize that there are reasons, and probably even reasons deeper than I know as a relatively new regent, that living on campus is an important element of it. I know when I went to Santa Barbara, our chancellor lived on campus. I was recently at UC Merced, where our chancellor does not live on campus, and it was a beautiful home, but it was not a mansion by any means. And I think it demonstrated well for what we need in today's world with all of our competing dollars that are going to places and all of the different interest groups. I just feel like optics are important, and I just want to concur with the comments that the chair made.
Thank you, Regent Sherman.
I agree with the comments by our chair. Additionally, you noted here a design-build contract. I know we use that methodology on our more complex constructions, but in this situation, where it's basically a house with some large rooms for functions, it doesn't seem like it would lend itself necessarily to design-build, as opposed to using an architect maybe within the UC family, and then competitively bidding the actual construction to get the best price, given that it's not necessarily a specialized construction. And also, maybe George, you can comment on this. Does it make sense that the function space is separate from the living? Is that something that would be beneficial to the chancellor, to have a little bit of that separation? So maybe it's two structures on the same plot of land?
Yeah, let me address that second question. I think that there is some real advantage in entertaining to be able to say to potential donors, to members of the community, that the chancellor has invited them into her or his house. And I think that that carries a lot of weight in terms of the goodwill that's generated by events on a campus. So all else being equal, I think having the house include an event center is highly advantageous. Yes, you could build two separate entities. I'm not sure that that would fundamentally save money in the long run, but certainly there's an advantage of having it be the chancellor's house at which events are hosted.
Regent Anderson.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to concur with all the comments that have been previously stated. I would hope that this budget would be a half or less than this, and I think having an architect design some plans would be appropriate. But given that we just approved a non-resident tuition increase, the optics on this wouldn't be very good, and I wouldn't be in support of this budget.
Yeah, I just may make sure, I mean, this is just a discussion, and it's not a budget approval that we're going through. And I'm not against chancellors having the best of the best. You know, Chancellor Gilman is sitting over here, and he's not saying anything, but he has one of the best houses, along with Chancellor of San Diego. Those are some of the best houses, and it's great because you do a lot of fundraising, and it's very important. All I'm saying is that you just, by putting these numbers up here, at the end of the day, your contractors are going to take advantage of you. Yeah. It's just that it shouldn't be, you want to build 9,500 square feet house on a free land, $3-4 million should do a great job for you. And if you have difficulty finding somebody, just put an ad in the paper, and you'll see how many people will jump all over you. I should have said that. Please go ahead.
I wholeheartedly appreciate the work and mission and passion of our chancellors. I want us to stop talking about optics and talk about the value of the land, where we talk about competing priorities, but we're talking about building beautiful homes for our chancellors so that they could potentially raise money. I would challenge that if people are going to write checks to the mission of these universities, they're going to write checks regardless of where they gather, if the chancellor comes to said venue, wherever it is. So as we continue to hear our students talk to us, and those that come for public session, to tell us about all of the different issues and challenging priorities when it comes to funding, I know that this is a long-standing tradition. I know it's part of recruitment, and I think there's ways that we can be really creative and innovative of how we look forward as a public university to be able to meet all of these different competing priorities. And I agree that $10 million wholeheartedly is not it, and I'd also challenge just the tradition that we have in this space.
Regent England.
I just wanted to address the recruitment issue, because while I very much support having event space in our campuses and know the importance of it, I think if someone's going to pick our campuses because of a home, that is not the type of values that we want in our chancellors. So I'd like to stop calling it a recruitment effort and actually call it as a value to the university.
Sure. Please.
I just wanted to say that it seems to me it's very necessary for a chancellor to live on the campus. I don't want to enter the discussion about cost. I leave it to the wisdom of the committee, of the board, of the committee. But, you know, chancellors are on campuses not only for fundraising. Students can then, if you like, pop in. It may not be convenient, it may not be easy, but then students know that the chancellor is available and cares about the students and cares about the campus. So I just want to, in case there's any feeling of not having a chancellor's house on the campus, I just wanted to say that in my 28 years at UC Santa Barbara, the chancellor living on the campus has made an enormous difference to how the students relate to the administration and therefore what gets done. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, again, I won't go back to my comments. My comments are purely, I'm not questioning the 8,400 square feet or 9,500 square feet at all. I mean, you're right, Regent Angoan, you're right. This is an asset for the university, and everybody else knows that we need space for fundraising, and usually they like to be invited to the Chancellor's house. The only thing I'm questioning is price per square foot of construction. I think on free land to build one house, will probably $3 or $4 million, will build us a mansion. So I just don't want the campus to come back and say, well, we told you it was $10 million, and now here is our design build for $10 million. I think when we go to the contractors, when they see this, they're going to give us a $10 million budget, period. So, because I said that's their budget. Nobody's going to come back and say, oh, no, I can build this for $4 million for you. So what I'm saying is that I don't want this to come back to us and say, as those dotted lines show, is that, oh, we showed you it was $10 million. No, it should be $3 or $4 million, what I'm saying. Is 9,500 square feet a house on a free land on Santa Cruz should easily be as good of a McMansion, that's advertising, McMansion for $3 million or maximum $4 million. That's all I'm saying. I'm not questioning the size. I'm not questioning the need for the facility. I'm not questioning, you know, that's not my expertise. All I'm saying is that it's just, you're just putting too much money, you're passing it on to the contractors, period. Is that clear? I guess I'm clear. Regent Blum is here, so that's good. He says he agrees.
Chair, can we move on this?
Okay. Any other questions? No other questions. All right. Thank you very much, Chancellor. All right. Now we move to, yes, item F7. Again, this is to confuse Nathan, who just keep jumping back and forth different items. And this is a discussion item, and it's Upper Hertz Development for Goldman School of Public Policy and Housing Project, Berkeley Campus. And to present this item is Executive Vice President Borstrom, Associate Vice President Peggy Arribas, and Chancellor Chris.
Yeah, this is a very interesting item because it combines both space for the school as well as housing, as well as parking. And so with that, I will turn it over to Chancellor Christ.
Is a mixed-use project that will help the Berkeley campus meet several critical needs. The Goldman School of Public Policy will have the expanded facilities needed to most effectively deliver its degree programs. Up to 150 housing units will help meet the needs of the campus community, including faculty, staff, postdoc and graduate students, and parking will be partially replaced on site, partially replaced on other sites to serve both the new housing units and to replace the spaces lost through the redevelopment of the existing Upper Hearst parking structure.
Hello, I'm Henry Brady, Dean of the Goldman School of Public Policy. The Goldman School of Public Policy has been the top-ranked public policy analysis graduate program in the nation for over a decade, and it's widely regarded as the inventor of the modern field of public policy analysis. A source of our preeminence has been our ability to enhance the breadth and depth of our programs, starting with an initial offering of a Master's of Public Policy, but also now having 6 concurrent programs, a very large and growing undergraduate minor, a Master's of Public Affairs for mid-career students, and executive education programs. With this growth, we've outgrown the facilities we currently have, and we need new space, and this space would be adjacent to the existing little mini campus that we have, which is pictured above, and that will allow us to keep pace with the demand for our degree programs and provide adequately scaled space for teaching, research, and public outreach, especially for things like online education, flexible teaching space with breakout groups, research laboratories for our faculty who work with teams of students, and finally space for public events and outreach that will also double as classroom space. The net result overall is that the Upper Hearst housing development, which will be another part of what we're doing, so we're doing housing plus the space for the Goldman School, will provide additionally needed housing for the campus, but it will also create a wonderful new space for the Goldman School that will allow us to keep our preeminence and also to serve better the state of California. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Rosemary Ray. I'm the Vice Chancellor of Finance at Berkeley. Currently, the Goldman School is housed in 2 buildings near the northeast corner of the main campus park. In order to meet the programmatic needs, additional space is leased in Memorial Stadium, nearly a half a mile away from the Goldman campus. The project, as Henry referenced, will replace the Upper Hearst parking structure, which has poor circulation and is generally underbuilt for the development capacity of the site. This will allow us to further densify the project while being sensitive to the residential community. The building design and massing will act as a transition between the less dense and less intense residential uses in the north and east of the site to the more active uses of the main campus park to the south. The project will be developed and operated under a public-private partnership that will include the nonprofit Collegiate Housing Foundation as the issuer of bond financing and the owner of the improvements during the duration of the ground lease, and American Campus Communities as the developer and manager of the construction of the project and the project operator. Importantly, CHF and ACC will not participate in profit sharing. All residential cash flow after operating expenses, debt service, and management fees will go to the university. Development fees and construction management is fixed. There is a management fee of 3% of revenues net of vacancy loss. The project will consist of 2 buildings that incorporate 3 uses. Building 1 will house the academic uses that Dean Brady has mentioned previously, approximately 40,000 gross square feet of educational space, and the ability to build up to 4 stories. Building 2 will house 150 units of housing consisting primarily of studios, 1 and 2 bedrooms, apartments, and approximately 170 parking spaces for both daily parking for campus permit holders and to serve the housing units up to a 6-story building. The Goldman School will lease back Building 1 and have the responsibility to operate and maintain the academic building. They will provide an equity contribution to reduce the need for financing and will fund the remaining debt service through program proceeds and augmented by fundraising activities. The housing component will be operated by ACC, and revenues from the housing will support the debt service for the development of Building 2. Parking and transportation will operate and maintain the parking portion of Building 2, and they will be responsible for all costs associated with parking spaces and will retain all revenues from those operations.
Thank you. I think a number of us, we visited the site, and it's a great project. But I think we have Regent Sherman has a question, and then Regent Cohen, and we're way behind time, so
Okay.
please go ahead.
I just have a few questions. How did you get to the height of the buildings? Why not go higher, given the scarcity of land in Berkeley? And I remember being at the site, there's virtually no place to build anywhere there. So when you have this ability, that's the first question. And secondly, do we need that many parking spaces these days with all the, ride share, et cetera?
Let me take parking first. This is always a contentious issue on a university campus. We think this is probably the right number, given everything we know. It is a reduction in the number from what's in the current parking garage. There's a lot of contention about that on the Berkeley campus, with some thinking that we need a lot more parking and others thinking perhaps we need less. But we hope this is the right number. We've certainly thought long and hard about it, and we think it's a good number. In terms of the height, we're trying to do something that's consistent with the neighborhood. On one side, there are some about 6-story academic buildings, but on the other side, there's residential buildings that are 2, 3, 4 stories high. So we're trying to build a building that on one side is more like what's on the campus side, and on the other side is more like the residential side. And that's exactly what we've got in terms of the design right now.
I remember the topography. I think it went downhill. Is
Right.
there any benefit to going subterranean, actually for occupiable space, not just parking, and that could be used?
Right. There's going to be one underground story. It's not fully underground. It'll have some little windows along, like a basement might have. And that's expensive, though, to dig down, and so we've tried to minimize the amount we're doing that. Luckily, to some extent, that problem's solved because the existing parking lot is already been dug into the side of the hill, and so we're trying to use that excavation as the basis for our current design.
Okay. Yes, Regent
Two
Cohen?
quick questions. First, I caught your reference to pulling out of the lease at the stadium. Given the campus's sort of problems with the financing of the stadium in the past, what are the financial implications to the campus as a whole outside of the policy school?
You mean of us not leasing space in the
Correct.
stadium? Well, we're only a small lease at this point. And second of all, I actually think we might very well keep some of that space for some of the researchers. We have a lot of younger faculty who want space to do their research, and they bring in money and can pay for the space, so that we may very well keep that. It's only about $150,000 a year.
And I would add that other academic units are very interested in the space. They're waiting for GSPP to move.
Well, I'm sure they'll be happy to see you go then. Second question on the P3, just given some of the issues that the regents have seen, can we just state for the record what's the implication for any existing employees from the project in terms of their employment opportunities going forward?
The intent, and it will make sure that it's itemized in the ground lease, is that we'll use union labor, we'll use existing staff, and a prevailing wage.
Gotcha. So when you say union staff, just to clarify, do you mean the continuation of the university staff?
Correct.
Okay.
I would just make clear that in our P3s that we've done quite successfully, there is a division between what the operator is responsible for in terms of major maintenance, and then what's responsible for in custodial and landscaping. So, for example, at Merced, university employees handle most of the basic custodial and landscaping, but major maintenance such as elevators and HVAC and roofs are the responsibility of the developer. And we want to keep it because they have a long-term obligation for O&M.
Gotcha. I think to the extent we stay on the 2020 sort of model, then I don't see major issues.
Regent Leap?
I just didn't see much about cost, and I don't know if that's coming in a different presentation.
It is, it'll be coming forward in May.
And I'm assuming this is the type of thing, being a recipient of a master's degree in public policy, I'm certainly enjoying this, but on the other side, this seems like it would be a very good opportunity for donors, philanthropy, and I'm hoping that that's going to be, covered in this and perhaps be the funding source.
We've already raised $15 million in pledges and actually cash, so we have that. How much of that we can immediately put into the equity contribution depends upon when our donors are going to actually execute their pledges. But we'll have at least $10 million up front and hopefully more. And yes, it's obviously something we're doing a lot of, is trying to work with donors to provide funding for the building.
Great, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We're going to see this item again or many times, I think, in the future. Thank you very much. Okay, so we move on to Nathan. You're not part of the next item. So F9, which is an information item, and it's review of guiding principles for the establishment of management of UC Office of the President reserves. This item is going to be presented by Executive Vice President Nava, Associate Vice President Nelson, and Executive Director Kalmajin, and David Laxi.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity to bring forward our review of the guiding principles for establishing reserves for the Office of the President. This is an item that has been a recommendation from the California State Auditor. And in particular, last year, we presented an item on our central operating reserve, and the auditor asked that we come back and establish guidelines for program-related reserves. So these guidelines are what we propose to submit to the auditor next month at our two-year mark. Tara will explain a little bit more about it. The person talking.
Okay, good. So I believe a number of you were here when we presented the operating reserve item last year that set aside the $15 million in case of a significant disruption in our revenues. This addresses the other types of reserves that we have in programs. And in doing this work, one of the things we did do a lot of is benchmarking. And what the benchmarking told us was that there is really no standard approach to these types of reserves across any of the organizations that we looked at, as well across different universities. Really what the truth is that we need to have, I see we have the slides up, so if we need them, we can use them. But there are different types of targets for each type of reserve. So we really took a look at the types of reserves that we should have and came up with categories of building and capital maintenance reserves, as well as IT infrastructure reserves. Yeah, if we can go to slide 6, please, Joanne. Thank you. And then program reserves, such as programs such as UC Press and Washington, D.C. Center. So for the building and capital maintenance reserves, we look at reserving 1% to 3% of the current replacement value of our owned assets, the UCOP buildings. The IT infrastructure, a standard for that is around 10 to 15% of the replacement value. As you can imagine, IT assets depreciate more quickly than building assets and therefore have a higher reserve. The program reserves, these are self-funded programs. Therefore, they generate their own revenues and therefore have variability in their revenue. And in typical operating reserves for self-funded programs, you see 3 to 6 months of annual expense should their revenue from fees go down. There is one other slide, thank you. There's one other category which we had to call other required reserve because there's a couple of different things in here. There's the housing loan program, which has a reserve of 3 to 3.5% of the outstanding balance for the loans in that portfolio. And then there are a number of reserves related to the UC National Laboratories, which are set by the Board of the Regents that relate to post-contract obligations, fee risk, and also to the Lawrence Berkeley National Lab Guest House Facilities Reserve. So those are the reserves that we are currently have set our minimums and maximums for, and we hope that this is responsive to the additional requests and recommendations by the auditor. And I'll open the floor for questions, if there are any.
Regent Cohen.
I couldn't help but notice in attachment 2, I think it was, that a number of the funds are either below or above the recommended ranges. Can you talk about what sort of plan you have for getting those in line with these guidelines?
Certainly, thank you. Yes, so there are, we will be implementing these new guidelines for our fiscal year 1920. So this analysis was done during this year, and these minimums and maximums set. In the cases where items are over-reserved, we'll be working with that unit or department to use those funds first before they receive any state general funds or campus assessment funds, depending on the funding source that we're on. And in the case of the housing loan program, we will allocate more of those funds to the campuses for housing programs.
So in the case, if there's sort of general fund, have you identified roughly what you think in terms of availability that would offset the university's expected expenses on the general fund side?
We're still working on our 1920 budget, so we'll have more precise numbers for you when we come back in May.
I think that most of them are actually in between the minimum and maximum currently, and the one that's over is the housing loan program. And that was our balance as of June 30, 2018. And we did propose to the regents, and the regents approved that we allocate out that 14 to 15 million for housing programs at the campuses. So that money has already been allocated out in this fiscal year. So this is last June 30 balance.
Right, and I saw the Washington Center seemed to be above. Do you have any specifics on that one off the top of your head?
So they've spent down some of their reserve, actually. It was over-reserved at a higher level before, but they did a number of IT infrastructure projects that have spent some of this reserve down. We'll be working with them to see if they can use some of this reserve for their operating expenses in the 1920 budget in order to spend some of that down.
So this will be part of the 1920 budget presentation in May in terms of current uses and balances.
So the $25 million reserve for housing loan program, what portion of it is for things like default?
I think probably, we let Nathan leave the table for a moment, but I think he's probably best to speak to that. But it is targeted at 3 to 3.5% of their portfolio, and that I think is to cover for defaults.
This is all for default, the 25 million?
Yes.
Wow. And have you had that much per year?
I don't have the specifics on the default rates. I know that they are lower than an average portfolio because our faculty don't tend to default.
I mean,
on
that's a
these
lot of
loans.
money. What do you do with it at the end of the year?
So as Zoanne just mentioned, we allocated some portion of the over accrual of this reserve to housing projects on the campuses last year. We've done that in previous years as well, and would consider that again in the 1920 budget proposal.
So the level of reserves was established for this program by the regents at 3 and 3.5%. So that's the level that that we have in the reserve. And then if there's additional money accumulated in the account, then we have been allocating it out.
And who makes the decision to move those to various other?
So last year in the May budget item, we proposed
Okay.
a $30 million allocation, some from this fund and some from another fund, to
Right.
be made to the campuses in this year, and that was approved by the regents.
Okay. Any other questions?
Regent Mahakarishan, you had a question about the mortgage origination program? I was out of the room, I'm sorry.
I think we're.
Oh, okay.
We magically covered it without you.
No defaults, no defaults.
No defaults. So you just keep it there. That's fine. Thank you very much. Okay, that's the end of this. Thank you very much for the presentation. So we move to item F10, and that's it's also an information item, significant information technology projects report for a period of September 1, 2018 through December 31, 2018. Just as a reminder, we asked for this item to be presented to us. Executive Vice President Nava and Vice President Adiola.
Good afternoon. So Regent Makarishian, this is an informational item. We
Yes.
didn't have a prepared presentation, but we'd be happy to take any questions from the committee.
So since it's information item, so give us whatever information you're going to give us.
Sure. So reminding the Regents, this is Regent Policy 5103, which we passed in '07, which was to identify and report through the form of a dashboard.
Would you speak in your,
Is it not on? Okay, yeah. So Policy 5103, which we passed in 2007, to report on significant IT projects from across the UC system. You'll see in your materials, all projects above $5 million are represented on the dashboard, a variety of different projects from across both campuses and medical centers. So like I said, it's an information item. We come 3 times a year. We present this information once we come in person, but we typically provide it as an information item and then respond to questions that Regents may have.
Okay, Regent Sherman.
So when I look at the list, I see a lot of similar projects at various campuses. Maybe you could just briefly tell us how much benefit do we get of not reinventing the wheel over and over and over?
Sure. So one of the great things about having this is our ability to identify those in advance. So not only are we talking about projects that are happening right now, but also because people know they have to report, we're talking about things that are in their budgets for coming years, and we're able to identify opportunities to find synergy, I'll call it. So as one example, we have a need for a new financial system at San Diego campus, actually San Diego campus and their medical center, Merced, and for Office of the Presidents. We are actually sharing a lot, getting synergy through licensing and use of outside resources so that we're keeping the total cost down. While they're 3 independent projects, they're linked together and the teams are talking on a very regular basis.
Regent Rangoon.
A similar question specifically with the student information systems. I noticed that Irvine's current budget is 70 million, whereas I think UC San Diego is 19, and they both sound like renewal items. So how do you kind of get a sense of the varying scopes, which clearly these are very different in terms of things that sound basically exactly the same?
Yeah, so I mean, you point out a very good point, right? 2 projects that at a line item level look the same, but as you dig down deeper, the scope can be very different. Their starting points in terms of the legacy systems that they're coming off of, how many systems that they need to interface can be vastly different. What we try to do is to make sure the teams are talking and find out where the points of similarity are. Are they using a common technology software vendor? Are they hosting it in the cloud? Are they going to put it on campus? So a lot of these projects now are looking at using Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure to have it hosted for them. But if you really want to get into detail about why these 2 are different, you'd have to get into the individual projects and bring the project teams up here. In this case, I can tell you that Irvine is replacing a system that they've had for a very long time through I'll call it a traditional measure of picking a software vendor, having an external partner help them, while San Diego is taking a different type of approach where it's a lot of pieces and components put together and a lot more of their internal staff being pulled out of their day jobs to support the project.
Regent Cohen.
And if this is not the only time we're going to talk about UC Path, just let me know and I'll save my questions. But if there's not elsewhere on the agenda, I couldn't help but notice that you've got the sort of benchmark indicators as both green for the project. Can you talk more about, given the size of this project and its history, it seems hard to, even if everything's going according to the current plan, it seems hard to justify it as green. And so it just feels like that needs a little bit more discussion.
So let me jump in and just introduce. This is Mark Cianca. For those of you that don't know, he runs the UC Path program for us. And this is the only opportunity to talk about Path for the meeting. So questions would be appropriate now.
Great. So I appreciate the question. The short answer is that at the time period that the report represents, the project was in green. Since then, there has been news. We are currently in the middle of a deployment to UC Berkeley. That's happening throughout this entire month. But in the lead up to that decision to bring Berkeley live, we run a process of readiness with each of the locations that we're working with. And the indicators with Davis indicated that they weren't quite ready, that there was additional testing required before we would want to move that into production. And because ANR depends on a number of subsystems that Davis provides to them in terms of financial systems, we made the decision to delay the Davis and ANR deployment until a later date. And we are doing the replanning around that. It will go through our governance process this month. We'll be back with a formal information item for this committee in May, and we'll provide a full update at that point. But we are bringing roughly 24,000 additional employees into PATH this month.
Gotcha.
Should bring the total up to 100,000.
So let me ask a follow-up question. It seems like, given the timing of when this report was prepared, knowing what we know now, it should have been yellow or something to indicate the risk of the Davis schedule. So can you tell me what lessons you took from your procedures and what changes you would have made, knowing what you know now, to have captured that risk?
I would have, first of all, I would have aligned the report closer to this actual meeting. I mean, so this is a 3-month lag.
Yeah.
And in a project this dynamic, that's a pretty significant period of time. So I think we have opportunities in the future to think for some of these more prominent initiatives, we might want to rethink how we're doing the reporting. I think the standard report works for smaller projects, so we can take a look at that. The lesson we learned is actually a lesson that we apply with every deployment, and we run a series of readiness assessments. We run 3 of them in the run-up to a decision: is the location ready to go live or not? Is the PATH Center ready to accept an additional payroll population? And in the first 2 assessments that we ran, which would have been starting right around the time this report ran, the first one actually came through with nominal results, which is to say there were issues that were indicated we had to pay attention to, but it was not unlike other deployments we have done. The challenge we then saw is by the time we got to the last of the 3 assessments, the numbers hadn't moved enough, right? And so there's a reason we run it multiple times so that we can continue to refine the focus of our energy on the things that are really critical associated with a cutover for a campus. That answer your question?
Yeah, okay. And then I'll just ask one final one. I assume you heard the public comment this morning.
I did.
Do you want to just take an opportunity to respond to that, since we don't generally have another opportunity?
Sure, happy to. First of all, I want to acknowledge that the issues that are being identified are real. We are tracking 22 items that we've been working with UCLA Health and specifically with CNA. 10 of those 22 have been resolved at this point. Another 9 are scheduled to be resolved by the end of April. And there are 3 issues that they've identified that we still have to do some work with. Our experience is that the issues we face are a combination of data issues that may arise as part of cutover, but it's also about rebuilding expertise on the part of the user population. So people who are coming from the legacy system have extraordinary expertise in a very old system, but it's been used for 35 years. So they can get through their transactions very quickly. PATH is so extremely different that despite training, it really takes time on the job to develop the expertise they once had. And many of the issues that we're seeing are either related to this rebuilding of expertise, particularly for transactors, or they're small things that came through during the cutover that were identified as a result of people getting paychecks and looking at their stubs and saying, this doesn't make sense, let's dig into it. So like I said, we have a mutual list of 22 items we're working through. Most of those will be resolved by the end of April. Okay.
Thank you. Regent Deep.
You know, just as a follow-up to Regent Cohen, and I know this is the only time to talk about this, so I would like to talk about it for just a second, which is I've been, in my own business world, I've been through several IT upgrades, and there's always issues, and we understand that. But, you know, one of the things that's always been a difficult one on the IT side is good communication and empathy with those that are getting screwed by the problems, to put it bluntly. And I just hope that the UC has enough resources and is understanding that many times the frustrations can be helped by good communication. And I don't know what your plan is or if you've got some ideas, because I just keep hearing different problems. And like I said, I understand that happens a lot in these IT projects. There's always problems. But the communications to those that have been hurt are really important, and I just can't emphasize that enough.
Region Designate Siemens.
In a similar fashion, I think that, my question is, are there any financial implications to additional training? Because I heard user error, right? So user error is additional communication or additional training. We can't just depend on time on the job. So is there additional training planned? And if so, based on the original budget versus the current budget, are we looking at additional training and that we should either implement in the current execution of it and or that which we should project for future executions and implementations?
Thank you. Excellent question. The response is an and/or. So it's what are we learning about the errors that we're seeing coming into the center? That suggests refinement to training. So in the case of UCLA Health, for example, we have already identified 15 additional topical areas where we feel the initial training didn't sufficiently create an understanding to allow people to be effective in their role. So we've identified those trainings. We're going to go back to UCLA Health, and we're actually doing this with the campuses as well, and doing refresher courses, particularly in areas. I'll use an example. There's a notion in UC Path about an earn code that's attached to a job. This is a very different concept than PPS, and we saw a number of errors in people entering earn codes for the first time. So now we have done refresher courses and spent more specific time helping people understand the differences between them, because there's roughly 100 of them. So understand what to use in what circumstances, the impact of not doing it right, because I think that's important as well. So we're using the data, the experiential data coming out of running Path in production to help refine the training that we're offering, not only up front, but on an ongoing basis. And we're doing that in consultation with the campuses.
Thank you. You mentioned there were 22 open issues with the nursing organization.
12 remain open.
12 remain open, thank you. Is that the totality of all of the open issues across UC Path? Or are there 20 more in other departments that we haven't heard from just because they weren't in public comment today?
So these are the 22 that were actually cataloged by CNA. So we've been working directly with CNA on these particular issues on behalf of their membership. UCLA Health was the first health facility that we brought into production. So we have had a very specific amount of attention focused on identifying what we need to improve, working with the health populations, the employees at the UC Health facilities. That's slightly different. There are always going to be a small number of bugs and process issues to refine. That's a organic list that we maintain at the UC Path Center for all employees, but the 22 in particular were for UC Health. And let me give you an example of one of those 22.
Sorry, my question, and I want to, in the interest of time, make sure that my question is clear. How many total UCLA Health, UCLA graduate students, UCLA whomever is getting paid through UC Path, in addition to the health departments, how many issues outstanding are there when it comes to paychecks?
So
Is the question category or number of complaints?
Number total.
Number of complaints in any category?
Yes, as it relates to someone's paycheck.
I'll have to come back with that information. I don't have that on the tip of my tongue.
Okay, thank you. We do have 2-3 more items, but they're controversial items, so what we're going to do, thank you very much for your presentation. What I suggest that we take a 10-minute break, and there's lunch, so maybe we have a working lunch, and we come back at 12:30? Maybe 12:30, and then we also have the closed session. So with that, for the time being, we temporarily adjourn the meeting. Yeah, there's enough. All right, good afternoon. This is the continuation of Finance and Capital Strategies Committee of March 13th. All right, so we are going to an action item F2, which is the approval of the budget, scope of external, wait a minute, go through this one first. Yes. F2, which is an approval of the budget, scope, and external financing and design following in action pursuant to California Environmental Quality Act, Craig College Academic Santa Cruz Campus. And to present this item is Vice President Bostrom, Associate Vice President Peggy Orivas, and Chancellor Blumenthal.
Getting the Kresge. All right, I'm going to turn this over to Chancellor Blumenthal and the campus folks to discuss the renovation and expansion of Kresge College.
Great, thank you, Nathan. I have with me Vice Chancellor of Planning and Budget, Peggy Delaney, Campus Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor, Marlene Trump, and Sarah Latham, who's our Vice Chancellor of Business Affairs. The Santa Cruz campus undergraduate experience is structured around 10 residential colleges. Kresge College, one of the 10, was built in 1971 as the 6th college. After nearly 50 years of service, it is time for renewal of the site, its infrastructure, and its buildings. We last spoke to this committee about the Kresge College Renewal and Expansion Project in November of 2017, when we sought and received budget approval for P-phase. I'm pleased today to seek approval for full budget scope, external financing, the EIR and CEQA findings, and design for the academic and non-academic components of this integrated project. This project addresses multiple needs to create a contemporary vision of Kresge College that honors its iconic, award-winning architectural status, the college's identity, past and present, and the needs of current and future college residents and stakeholders. There are a number of project drivers, including ensuring the long-term viability of Kresge College, strengthening connections to the academic core, accommodating additional academic, residential, and student support space, meeting code and accessibility requirements, and increasing energy efficiency, maintaining college operations during construction, and stewarding financial resources effectively. Because of different sources of funds, the project results in 2 items, one academic, one non-academic for your approval. That's why it is F2 and F3. In managing the preparations for this project and the project itself, we treat it as one integrated whole, and we present it today as a whole as a consequence of that. I now turn to our campus provost and executive vice chancellor, Marlene Trump.
Thank you, Chancellor. The renewal of Kresge College balances demolition of some of the buildings, renovation of others, and new construction. This will result in an increase in the number of beds, of total square feet, of student support space, and of classrooms and computer lab space. The diagram on the right captures the transitions in composition. 9 buildings are to be removed where over time it became clear that the original plan did not meet modern accessibility standards, where the layouts compromised desirability, and where buildings were already significantly altered. 12 buildings will be renovated and sometimes reprogrammed, and 5 buildings will be newly constructed, including an academic building and 3 new residential halls. The resulting transformation creates 3 coherent program areas, as shown in the diagram on the right. Academic areas in red have a lecture hall, classrooms, a computing lab, and academic offices. Student support areas in yellow include a multi-purpose town center and expanded student services. The academic areas and student support areas benefit the entire campus, and their locations increase Kresge College's integration with the core campus. Student housing in blue creates a higher density of student beds on the site, including Frosh and continuing student housing. The mix of housing types and their organization will improve the functioning of Kresge College community by better addressing the different needs of Frosh and continuing students. This will create additional bed space capacity in Kresge College proper, aligning it with the residential capacity of the other colleges. Next slide, please. The project has two components: the academic buildings shown in the circle at the top, the north end of about an 8-acre site, and the non-academic scope in the larger circle to the south. The approximately 25,000 assemblable square foot academic building to be built in Phase 1 includes academic departmental support space, several classrooms, and a computing lab. These are the first general assignment classrooms to be added at Santa Cruz in nearly 13 years, despite enrollment growth. The building includes a raked lecture hall targeted to have up to 600 seats. This is mid-range in large classrooms for the UC campuses where this information is available online. A 2016-17 survey of our 5 academic deans found that 3 deans already had an existing need for a classroom of this size. They currently offer multiple offerings of the same course in a single quarter, and they could better accommodate student need with a large lecture hall. We could offer these essential courses in multiple quarters with a larger lecture hall accompanied by more direct attention in sections and hybrid offerings. Our current large existing classroom, the largest, is 481 seats. Classroom utilization is highest in our largest classrooms, and the multiple offerings of classes that could be instead held in larger classroom reduces the availability of those moderate-sized classrooms for all programs, so it has a cascade effect that we don't have availability of the largest classroom. The non-academic component will expand and enhance residential life. It will transform and expand student support spaces and will create more accessible and interactive set of public spaces. This will include approximately 400 beds of new beds for first-year students in the residential halls. The apartments for continuing students will be renovated, providing about 150 beds. There will be a new cafe, study and interactive lounges, student co-ops, and a multi-purpose space. Student support space will be renovated to house programs already located at Kresge, and a new student support space will allow the expansion of programs supporting student mental health and well-being on this site. I now turn to Vice Chancellor Latham.
Multiple funding streams are integrated into this project, as delineated at the top of this slide. This approach is meant to create the best financial outcome while respecting the Kresge history, renewing the college, and honoring this architectural gem. Campus funds and general financed funds support the new academic building at the north end of the site, which totals $53 million. The non-academic scope is the majority of the project, and it includes support from colleges, housing and educational services, from reserves and external financing for the residential components, parking reserves for the necessary improvements and modifications to parking, external financing from Century Bond funds held by the campus for the renewal of the College Student Faculty Center, and student fee reserves and new student fees for the replacement and expansion of student support space. These non-academic components total $205 million. We have explored thoroughly the cost drivers of construction on our campus and for this particular project relative to UC benchmarks for similar construction. This project is smaller than UC comparisons, eluding some of the economies of scale that those projects had, and is smaller in relation to other projects we have going on at the same time. We, of course, have an overheated regional construction market with muted competitive pricing, and the geology and topography, as you've heard often on our campus, is a cost driver, with this particular site having a 40 to 50 foot grade change north to south. We also need to keep Kresge College and its residential and academic support space operational during construction. This also adds costs and challenges. But the project does meet all auxiliary and campus financial feasibility measures over a projected 10-year period, as shown at the bottom of the slide. Next slide, please. As you heard in our earlier presentation, which, well, you didn't hear it in our earlier presentation because we haven't presented it yet. It's been moved to the end of the meeting. So as you're about to hear, hopefully soon, the Santa Cruz housing market is a challenging one, but you've heard us say that before, so technically my statement was accurate. With low rental vacancy rates and increasing substantially off-campus rental rates year over year. I do want to point out one error that was in your material that you received before the meeting. On page 17 of the item, we cited an off-campus studio undergraduate rate of $2,180. That rate was a typo and should have been $1,711 as shown on this particular slide. Now, comparing the rates for comparable units on and off campus indicates that our campus rental rates are still lower than market. We do know that students off campus at times do live in substandard or overcrowded conditions off campus, but we also know that the financial aid standard methodology budgets adjust to the reported difference in student rents both on and off campus. And of course, we know that there are other benefits of students living on campus beyond just a simple rate comparison. Next slide, please. Now, we've broken this project into 3 phases. The first phase will be the new academic building, new residential halls, a renovated bridge to the core of campus, and related site work. The new residence halls, ringing the periphery, will have 5 stories above ground and a basement. The ground floors will have more public-facing programs in physically transparent space with the more private residential space above. The existing town hall, used as an academic classroom currently, is beyond successful renovation, and that site will be used for a new academic building, creating a focused area for academic interactions adjacent to the bridge that leads to the core of campus. Next slide, please. The second phase of the project includes renovated residential and college life spaces. This renovates 150 beds in apartment-style accommodations for continuing students. The existing pedestrian bridge will be made accessible with a new north entry that no longer requires people to climb stairs to enter. Also, honoring the spirit of the original architecture, building ground floors use transparency to heighten the connection with the natural surroundings. The design also leverages the topography to minimize the sense of height and massing on the site. Creating distinct areas for academic, student support, and residential spaces has been coupled with attention to creating and activating outdoor spaces for interaction and community building. Next slide, please. The third and final phase of construction includes student support space with renovation and reprogramming for existing uses and new space for expanded services to our campus community. It includes a new town hall and civic plaza. This 3-part phasing strategy builds new space first, keeps as many beds online each year of construction as possible, and takes utility rents into account while also allowing critically the continual operation of Kresge College and its programs during the entirety of construction. So with that, we'll take any questions. Thank you very much for your time and attention.
Questions? I'm really surprised. No questions. Well, thank you very much. I think
This is it's an action item for,
yes.
2 action items for budget design. Okay.
I was going to say thank you very
just wanna
much. I
confuse
think
you.
it's a great item. We have seen this a number of times before, so it's an action item, and I move the item. Seconded. Any objections? No objections? Okay, thank you very much. I wish all of your items were like this. Okay, so we move to the fun item, which is F1. It's an action item. It's approval of long-range development plan amendment number 2 and design following action pursuant to California Environmental Quality Act, Student Housing West Project, Santa Cruz. And to present this, again, Executive Vice President Borstrom, Associate Vice President Peggy Ari, Vice Chancellor Blumenthal, Executive Vice President, Vice Chancellor Marlene Trump, and Vice Chancellor Sarah Layton, and Margaret Delancey.
Thanks, Chair Makarian. Before I turn it over to Chancellor Blumenthal, I just want to remind the committee, these are 2 items. One will be in open session with the LRDP amendment and design, and then business terms will be in closed sessions. There may be some questions that you have in open session that our general counsel advises to take up in closed.
Okay, thank you, and thank you, Regent Makarijian. This project was discussed at length in January, at the January Regents meeting, and I want to thank everyone who participated in that meeting and who's joined us here today for today's meeting as well. I do appreciate the thoughtfulness of everyone's point of view on this project. I want to get right into the compelling rationale for approving the Student Housing West project. This is what the project means to me as Chancellor of UC Santa Cruz. It adds 3,000 desperately needed beds for upper division students, graduate students, and students with families to a campus that is battling a housing affordability and availability crisis. This project will increase our available beds by 1/3. That's why I characterize this project as a transformative and generational project for the campus. 1/3 is a lot, and it will make a huge difference. Student Housing West focuses on the needs of our current students in one of the most expensive housing markets in the country. This is not being proposed to accommodate future growth. Our current students need this housing, as confirmed by our waiting lists and by the demand studies that we have done. The local Santa Cruz market is a brutal one, with low vacancy rates, year-over-year rental cost increases averaging 11% in recent years, and students often living in crowded conditions in order to save money. I want to stress that we are requiring Student Housing West to maintain a rate structure equivalent to that of our current housing stock, with limits on annual rent increases throughout the life of the project. The table on this slide compares monthly rents for comparable on and off campus unit types, and campus rates are much better. The savings of living on campus start at $400 per month. That is a significant cost savings for our students, and it's why I continue to champion this project despite the objections of many distinguished supporters of this campus. I wish this project were not so controversial. It pains me to see esteemed and beloved friends of the campus opposing the project. Throughout the entire process, we have listened carefully and at length to supporters and dissenters. I've weighed their concerns seriously and requested significant project changes. There is no grand consensus to be had here. I am clear that the changes we've made will not satisfy everyone, but controversy is a constant companion of change at UC Santa Cruz. In terms of the process, I am proud of the effort to inform and engage our stakeholders in the project. I asked my staff to tally up a few quick numbers to convey the intense dialogue and scrutiny that has enveloped this project. These include over 40 meetings to provide information and solicit feedback, including 7 all-campus forums, 6 student-family focused group sessions, 4 employee housing resident focused group sessions, 8 forums concerning the Early Education Services Center, 2 campus sustainability forums, a number of meetings with small groups of opponents and proponents. In addition, we had 14 meetings since 2017 with the project's Student Advisory Committee, 7 meetings with the project's Graduate Student Council, also established in 2017, and 2 meetings with the Student Union Assembly. We also did presentations and had discussions with campus groups, including the Senior Leadership Team, the Academic Senate Committee on Planning and Budget, the Academic Senate Committee on Faculty Welfare, our Campus Committee on Planning and Stewardship, the UC Santa Cruz Foundation, and the UC Santa Cruz Alumni Association. And we had discussions with all campus groups, including the Chamber of Commerce, the Santa Cruz Business Council, and the Monterey Bay Economic Partnership. And there were numerous campus news stories and news releases that came out, including the fact that the project was featured in at least 10 news stories. We held 9 meetings with the Campus Design Advisory Board on this project, and the designs at the Hagar and Heller sites changed significantly as a result of their comments. Students were included on the original Student Housing West Program Committee. Once a P3 method was selected, students also participated in charrettes and focus groups, with development teams, and they served on the developer selection committee. There's also been 2 demand studies done to assess student needs. We have a well-maintained and informative project website at ucsc.edu/shw. We have 2 new videos posted there, produced in response to your questions.
Chancellor, I just want to tell you that we have all heard all of the efforts that you've put in over the many years and talked to the students, talked to the faculty and the design, your advisory. But very recently, a number of us, and I guess everybody in this committee, we have received a number of correspondence which you have been copied on, and almost 100% of them are in support of the student housing west. But the biggest objection, and almost unanimous objection, is to the 140 single-family homes that are for the staff and graduate students. I don't know exactly who's occupying this, but the 140 family housing. So with that, we're in search of a solution. Because the opposition is not really, the opposition is the list of all of the people that you just mentioned, that they've been in support and they've been aware of it, but when it came to the end, they just don't like the entry point of the meadows to be disturbed, such a large piece of land to be disturbed and only be placed with 140 units. They think that that land should be saved for down the road, aside from all the geological problems that they cite as examples. But I know that we can overcome all of those, including any construction situation. But the biggest concern is, look, as you come into the university, that meadow is going to be disturbed with only 140 units. And those 140 units, they're not prefabricated, but sort of like a prefabricated look, and we just don't like it. And these group of people are really your who's who of your campus, alumni, foundation, students. And very recently, the Student Association wrote a very, very long letter and report to every one of us. All they're asking is that maybe there is a better solution for the 140-unit housing. Now, we have received some preliminary information from you stating that the other 6 or 7 alternatives are much more costlier, and an overall report from AECOM, their estimators and all that stuff. But we have not, I mean, I'm talking about me personally, I don't know, maybe somebody else has received it, but I have not seen detailed cost breakdowns substantiating that, and also a real, true, deep study of potential other sites for the 140 units. So, having said that, there's no opposition. There's no question that we need housing, and the student housing overcomes anything else. And I understand that the architect, the previous architect wrote a letter that we have an agreement with the chancellor that we don't build buildings taller than the tree lines. Well, my comment to him was that, look, our students have grown much faster than the trees grow, so we just have to accommodate them. So there's no question that that site is okay. The only question, even in my mind, is the 140 unit location. So, so here, if you can address that concern, I think, and I don't speak for the entire committee, but probably maybe this will be an issue, because as I said, 100% of the opposition has been with respect to that site. What can we do today to move forward the construction of the 3,000 units but find an alternative solution for the 140 units. Now, I recognize that in order to build the 3,000 units, we have to tear down 140 units, bring them someplace else before we can do construction. But can we speak as to the type of approvals that we can give you today, or perhaps maybe delay this for the 2 months until everybody has looked at all the alternatives, all the different cost analysis, site analysis, and all that stuff, and see if there is a solution to satisfy the need for the students, but at the same time, not upset your best of the best clients, which are your alumni, your foundations, your students, and so on and so forth. If you can speak to that, I think it will help the committee, and then perhaps other people have questions and we can address those. But if we can do that today, I think we've moved this forward like almost to the execution. Otherwise, short of that, I think I personally have a problem with it. So I'd like to hear what your position is on that.
Yeah, thank you. Let me make a few comments about that. First of all, nothing would make me happier than to find a solution that's both cost-effective for our students, that is not more expensive for our students, and which satisfies those who would like to preserve the East Meadow and not build the 140 units in that location. So if there were a simple solution to that question, we would have brought that simple solution to you already. Secondly, we've analyzed more than the sites that you've seen before. We considered, I think it was 5 additional sites since the last Regents meeting, and we have costed those out, and as you suggested, AECON has also costed them out. So we do have cost data, and I'm sure that we can get to you detailed cost information from their estimates so that you can examine them in detail. The bottom line is that the cheapest of the alternatives to building on the Hager site, the cheapest of them, which is the site at Ranchview Terrace, the cheapest of those alternatives would add $90 million to the project and would increase the cost for our students, the rental costs for our students, throughout the entire Student Housing West project by 15%. That's the cheapest alternative, and I would remind you that that site, Student Housing West, that site, Ranchview Terrace, is it has already been set aside for faculty and staff housing, which is desperately needed on the campus. So it is not an easy solution to this problem. If we're willing, and if the board is okay with the idea of substantially increasing the cost per bed for student rental on campus, then there are other options available. But I want to say to you that when I became chancellor at UC Santa Cruz 13 years ago, we had the second highest cost per bed in the UC system. Today, we are at the 4th highest cost in the UC system, and I do not want to see us move up to number 1 in terms of cost.
Again, I don't want to cut you off, but, and I apologize, I don't think there's any question as to the need. The question is, do we have a better alternative? I personally I do not buy that if we go to another alternative, building another 100 units someplace else, that it would be $1 million more per unit cost increase of $90 million. There is no way that would be the case if you move one project to another location, to maybe even a simpler location, that you have, even the worst location, that you have $90 million more extra cost. Those are the numbers that if they are real, somebody show us. Maybe they're planning to put golden piles underneath those single-family, one-story buildings, which is impossible.
One thing I also just want to add to, just to keep in mind, that when we're talking about what's located at the Heller site that we have to accommodate, that it's not just the family student housing, it's also child care that we've looked at other solutions for.
Okay,
I just want to make sure that's part of it as well.
Again, this committee is not about for me to argue with you. I'm just saying that people who are much, much closer to this situation, your alumni, your students, your everybody that has written those detailed 10-page. I've never seen that much detailed analysis of somebody's concerns being written to any one of us in the past, and they are real real concerns. When you read them, with the cost analysis, alternative 1, 2, 3, one of the points that they're raising is that you're just moving this too fast and just looking at one goal that you and your P3 contractors have, and that's the one that's being pushed here. And I don't think anybody in this committee likes to think that's the case. So I'm not suggesting that that's what you're doing. I'm just saying that I personally like to understand it much, much better before we can say, yes, absolutely, this is the only solution. So are there anything that we can do, maybe your legal team can respond to this, that we can approve the project or the one side, but subject to maybe coming back in our next meeting and presenting to us another alternative and or substantiating again that that's the only alternative, and having given the students and everybody else the 1 month or 2 month extension that they need to go study this whole thing. I think that's what I'm saying, and I don't want to take all the oxygen from the room, so I want to stop there and see if anybody else has any other concerns. Regent Cohen, and then go around the room.
I think I just want to say that the chair, at least for me, is representing the committee's kind of guidance, so that the answer to what would happen if we move just the Heller site today is very important. That if we to sort of set aside the recommendation and just move the Heller, if one of you could answer what would be the implications of that and why is that not viable? Because otherwise, I'm planning on just moving the Heller site approval.
So before you answer that, let's go around, get all the questions, and then maybe you can if you don't mind, is that okay? Okay. Regent Anderson, your question?
Thank you, Chair. I want to associate myself. I completely concur with your analysis. I would not be in favor as well, unfortunately, of building on the Hager site at this point in time. I did read your analysis very carefully, and I believe you're probably accurate. That's probably the lowest cost incremental build alternative, but it seems that we would be wasting really valuable land for a low-density development, and that it doesn't seem that we're really considering what the full development could be long into the future. So I would be opposed to developing on Hagar. I completely concur. We need the housing badly. I just am not in favor of using that site, and it's hard for me to think that the cost would be $90 million incrementally as well for a child care facility and 140 additional units. I completely concur with that. So I would be in favor of moving on the Heller site, but finding an alternative for Hagar, and I would like to see us review the analysis a little bit further, what the incremental costs are, and even possibly looking at a more dense housing for the family housing and child care environment as well on a smaller compact site.
Regional.
Thank you, Chair. I appreciate the Chair's acknowledgement that we'd obviously want to move forward without upsetting a certain constituency, in this case, a quite renowned constituency. But my take is, my concern is by sort of separating this out and sort of micromanaging at this level, is that we're kicking this issue down the road for another day. That, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we're going to be back in the situation about the Hagar site again, when something more substantial is being put on there. Because if I heard the opposition correctly, and again, litigation ploy is part of the tactic, but we got to take them at their word, is even they believe there is going to be development on that site sometime. So they're not opposed to development, and maybe it's a litigation ploy, but they're in agreement that there's going to be development there. So the way I see it is that there is obviously a lot of thought that went in, because I'm sure the last thing that the Chancellor and his team want to do to come here is to present this sort of potential litigation and also this dispute that comes to. So I take him at their word, and obviously we're not disputing the extent of time that went through. So my concern is by sort of approving Heller, because that's easy to do because it's unopposed, and sort of having them come back with this design, we're just going to see this 5, 10 years down the road. And why do it then? There's some obviously optics is probably not the word, but the fact that there are certain dynamics with the chancellor retiring, that this is a critical time to be able to make this kind of decision, I think is important, because the other thing that's not being disputed, there is absolutely no dispute on that on housing and the need for it. Absolutely no dispute regarding that development has to happen on that site. And I just don't want to punt this for another day with that in mind to address that issue. So I guess I would be in support of it, because we also did the extraordinary step, if I recall correctly last time, to let the opposition actually speak. That's something that we never did before. And their words were addressed, they were part of the record. And my understanding is that they were all addressed as best as possible. So I feel like there needs to be some, at least, deferment to the judgment of the team that has worked on this for that aspect of it.
Commissioner Kiefer.
Yeah. Before we go further with comments, I wanted to get an answer to Michael Cohen's question about process, really. What if you did do one and not the other? Can that be done or not done? And then I have some other comments, perhaps, but I think we ought to clarify just what can be done and what cannot be done.
So we've had an opportunity during the break to take a look at the EIR, and currently, if the proposal, as I'm hearing it, is to approve only the Heller site and not identify a location for the family student housing units.
I think Regent Cohen's question is, can you, without going much further than that, can you approve one and not approve the other of what's before us? That's the question.
Not today.
I'm sorry, then cutting you off, because
the environmental analysis at this point does not include a no replacement for family student housing alternative. All of the alternatives analyzed describe putting family student housing someplace else, if not on Hagar, at one of the other locations identified in the EIR. So therefore, the analysis in the EIR doesn't support approving a project that doesn't include family student housing replacement.
But that's okay. Can we approve the 3,000 units dropping from the EIR study, dropping the 140 units? That's the question. In that case, if the answer is yes, that means we can go ahead with the 3,000 units. The only thing we're doing is dropping the 140 units from the approval for now.
I would just add, from a practical standpoint, we can't do that until we figure out what we do with the 140 student families.
I understand the practical, but we're talking about the legal.
Okay.
Legal.
I just want to make sure we don't
yeah,
forget
yeah.
the practical element of it.
Mr. Chairman, I think the answer is, and just correct me, Council, is the same, that we can indicate a willingness to do this, but to do that. And I'm not saying where we should go or not go. Indicate a willingness to do that, but it would have to be then with a slightly reconstructed set of justifications that would come back to us perhaps at the next meeting that said, yes, now you've considered this, because your other consideration was together. Now that you're looking at it apart, you've got to consider these other things. So I don't know, it sounds to me like it's the same answer, but let me just ask that.
Yes, so the set of documents before you today are for the project as described in the item. And so to move forward with a different configuration would require revision to those documents. The extent of that revision would take some time to look at, and it's uncertain right now whether it would require recirculation of the EIR for further analysis.
Okay, so the answer is probably no
Today?
today.
Today, the documents are not before you to approve a Heller-only alternative.
So the answer today is no. The answer 2 months from now is maybe.
That's correct.
Regent Clark?
Thank you, thank you, Mr. Chair. So we did discuss this at length in the last meeting. I have listened to the opposition carefully, I think, and I am supportive of this moving forward today in terms of what is before us today, in terms of the amendment of the LRDP. LRDP. So let me tell you why. First of all, I don't like doing this, but I think that my dislike is probably minuscule in comparison to your own dread, those of you who work for and on behalf of this community. And I don't think this is a decision point that you've come to lightly at all. The arguments, in some ways, from materials that I have seen since our last meeting have changed a little bit. I don't know if everybody has seen them, but there are a couple of fresh arguments that were brought forth in some of the background materials when it was pointed out that there is already traffic on the campus is not pristine, rural area. Then what I saw was a picture of traffic, of a lot of traffic. Oh, this is already a traffic area. We don't want to further complicate the traffic patterns. When there was information about Carson, some of the concerns on Carson, some of the other potential development areas, all of a sudden it was like, oh, but then we don't know about the Carson this area. So I find it perhaps a little bit disingenuous how those arguments have flipped. And they were not brought forth when they could have been brought forth to this committee a couple of months ago. I deeply respect people's value of place and monument. There's very emotional attachment, and those things are very important. But this really is about Santa Cruz's future. And as Regent Designate has said, if the opposition is to be believed, there will be development. But I also believe there will never be as much development as perhaps they have portrayed should be the case on the East Meadow. And certainly that is not the question before us anyway. So, again, I deeply appreciate how much time the campus has spent trying to examine the alternatives. Maybe it's $90, maybe it's not $90. I don't know what an acceptable threshold is. Is it 50 million? Is it 30 million? I held my tongue on the last item about the 3.5% housing increase annually on Kresge, which I would urge you actually to try to keep it as down as possible, because you, as we all know, 3.5% applied to a fairly big annual number adds up, and we are all concerned about the total cost of instruction. I do not want a site that is dedicated for faculty and staff housing to be to kick this project and kick it down the road. I don't feel that that is appropriate. So for all those reasons, again, I think that there are many downsides to moving forward, but at some level I have to question the Friends of the University and what they see for the future of the university. I think this is an appropriate and timely action to take, so I will be supporting this.
Good. Chair Kiefer.
So I'd like to hear more from the campus. The focus, the concern still becomes Hager and this particular location, and whether it's the right use of the location, whether putting this set of family student housing and childcare on this location is absolutely necessary. I think the feeling of some of the members of the committee is that is a doubt about whether it's absolutely necessary. So I think if you could tell me why those doubts are wrong and why there isn't something else that could be done in addressing that, cost is important. And when you talk about 3 times, that certainly is a big number. But I would also say cost is not the only driver here. So we're having, there's a little bit of a split. We're having trouble. So on that issue of use, purpose, future, the people who are talking about further development there, I'm sure some will oppose development and some will be in favor of something that is more useful than 140 units. So if you could address that, I think that's at the nub of where we are and probably where we will have to be today.
Yeah, well, thank you. I think the real issue, I mean, there are several issues here. One is the issue that was raised before of separability. And I just want to remind you all that if we do separate these projects, the Heller site from the Hagar site, we do have to figure out what we're going to do with 140 families, and we do have to figure out what we're going to do with a child care center, which will no longer exist on campus. That is something that will have to be dealt with. You can't just build Heller without dealing with that. Secondly, on the issue of cost, I would encourage and invite Regent Makarijian and others on this committee to examine the details of the cost estimates to get a sense themselves whether or not they believe them or don't believe them. That's a legitimate question to ask. And since we've had 2 independent cost estimates, I have some level of confidence that the costs that we've given you in this item bear resemblance to reality. With regard to the issue of major development on Hagar, I mean, I think that that's not a real issue. I think that the opponents of using the Hagar site really want to maintain it in its pristine state, as an iconic view of the campus. And in fact, we can show you, for those of you who haven't visited the campus, we have a video that you can play while I'm talking, while I continue to answer that question. This video will show what it looks like to drive up to that site from the entrance to campus, and it will also show you what it would look like in 10 years if we developed the Hagar site. So you get a real sense. That, I might remind you, is a video that you, the Regents, asked for 2 months ago when we appeared before you last. But I am extremely doubtful because of the karst structure and because of the underlying concerns of many of the opponents that anyone really seriously wants to put a major building on that site. I think the real issue is do nothing or do student housing west. I just want to emphasize to you, I think it was Regent Park the other day who said, or earlier in this meeting, I should say, who said that often the issues we face are issues of balance, balancing one set of values against another set of values. And I think that is what the debate is here. One set of values is to maintain the pristine nature of the campus. And the other value is to provide housing for students in the cheapest possible way, so in the most affordable way, given that we're approaching the Hagar site there, and you can actually...
Yeah, let me just stop you for a second, if I could, Mr. Chairman. As I think it's useful to you, we might feel differently about this. All of us have different views. But while you're showing that, I think you could talk about that site, and you could talk about where we are, and talk, talk
Let
us
us
through
do
it.
that. Let me narrate this film, if I might. So we're starting at the entrance to campus. That was the sign at the entrance. That's the entrance to campus. And what you're going to see is, what you would see is if you drive through the entrance up to campus. As you drive onto campus, you enter what we call the historic district of the campus. The buildings and the structures here are all very, very historic. We're approaching, on the left, I guess that's the, and then a covered bridge, and then you'll come to an iconic barn on the left side as well that we refurbished.
Looks like we need asphalt, no asphalt on this road.
That's right. So we're still driving out through this historic entrance to campus. We come to the first stoplight, and then we come to the second stoplight, and this is where the Hagar site is. The Hagar site is on the left. On the right, you see our current family housing for faculty and staff. On the left is where the Hagar site would be.
I can't skip ahead, Chancellor, so it's...
I'm sorry?
I
can't skip ahead, so it's going to keep showing it. This is now coming down.
This is coming down. Comes the other way.
Okay, now we're coming down the other way on Coolidge Drive. So I showed you what it's like going onto campus. Now we're showing you what it looks like going off campus. And we're passing soon on the right where that Hager site is. Again, on the left, you'll see our current faculty and staff housing, and way on the right, I guess you can't, oh, there's the arrow for where the Hagar site is.
That's right, through
Faculty
Terrace.
and staff housing.
Now we're going, so I've practiced this more. Now we're heading up Hagar towards the center campus. The development would be to your right. If you notice the various buses and vehicles, we're going to go to a simulation in 2030 of what the site looks like, but we have the exact same buses and vehicles to help you. I'll point out where we are. So now we're heading uphill. This is the current site to our right, heading up Hagar. Looking down, the base of campus is all the way to the right. Coolidge is the ring road that comes around the edge. Hagar comes up, intersecting it from the current family, student, faculty, and employee housing up the hill. And the building site is that intersection that we're heading towards, that open area there. We're now heading down Hagar towards the intersection of Coolidge Drive. These are all present-day views. I can't skip ahead easily in the video, in the slide presentation. What we'll go to after these different approaches to that intersection is looking at what the buildings and the vegetation will look like in 2030 on that family student housing
But the
site.
site is on your left right now.
Yeah, and one of the issues is this view of the ocean that you can get from the different locations coming down on campus on Hager, coming down on the bike path to the right. That's a pedestrian path along the left-hand side of the road. So one of the issues is this kind of viewscape of the meadows out to the ocean that people are talking about.
Which you will still see.
Which you will see again when we have the buildings there. If you went straight, you'd go into employee housing. If you turn right, you're going to head towards the historic district and the base of campus.
Now,
Bingo, it's 2030, and you're going to drive those same routes. So we're going to start at the base of campus. Hopefully we skip through the, it just takes a minute.
No new, yeah. Car simulation.
It's the same bus, turning left at the intersection of Hager and Coolidge. Hager's the one crosswise, current faculty and staff housing on the right, family, student housing, and childcare to your left as you head up this outer ring road. So you're going by the vegetation as it's matured in that time. You can see the buildings in the topography. You're coming down Coolidge, the outer ring road from upper campus. You can see the ocean in the distance on a clear day. Buildings are to your right as you come down the road. And family, student housing, and childcare. We explored our new career as filmmakers after your request last time. With much help, you can see Rancho Terrace in the distance at the yellow area. The other faculty and staff housing is to your left on both sides of Hagar. Yep. Now we're heading uphill towards the center of campus on Hagar with the family, student housing, and childcare to our right. We're going to open into being able to see most of the expanse of this pasture. We didn't simulate our cows, but we have cows there seasonally on that field. We're now flying over, just as you saw that aerial view at the beginning. There's the base of campus at the yellow arrow. You come up through the historic district, past 2 stoplights to this intersection. Coolidge is the road on your left, running up the outside of the campus. Hagar is at a perpendicular to it, running up the campus. We're now driving down Hagar, and you see the ocean. And you see a little bit of the buildings, but you see the trees and the ocean. I don't want to impugn anyone's intentions, but I believe that the individuals that are saying they would rather have a really big building here do not want a really big building here. They want nothing here. And I think if we were to propose putting something much taller here, first of all, it's more challenging because of the underlying geology and topography, but it also is much more visible from off campus. And our previous interactions with the community have said they don't want something really high on that site. So we have tried to mimic the historic district and the look and feel of these buildings and kind of nestling it into the topography. This site is not in the historic district itself, but you have that long drive, 45 seconds or so, coming up from the base of campus to get to this site, past 2 traffic lights, that has historic buildings in use and in states of arrested decay on both sides of the road as you come up. And now you're inside. I can stop it at this point if you like. Yeah, there will be no cars. These are relics or something. But this is, some of you had asked last time about what would it look like inside. The density is meant to be appropriate for families without being indulgent for families. And a good deal of the site space is for the child care center that you're just coming past. On your right there, it had the big slug on the front. And just showing you some of the amenities associated with the child care center and with the family units, which are constructed around 2 loops looking inwards so that children and supervision are away from the vehicular traffic. On Coolidge, there will be a right-in and right-only exit entrance, and on Hager, there will be a right-in and right-only entrance and exit.
Do you have any videos of the alternative sites?
We do not have, sorry, we do
Do
not
you
have
any
videos.
aerials of the alternative sites?
No, no, we do not. What I can say is that on each of those alternative sites, including some of the alternatives that came up at the last meeting, so it's not just about cost. It's also about environmental impacts and about programmatic adjacencies and all of that whole scope of things that you take into account. On the other sites that some of our friends at the campus have proposed would work better, there are also significant and potentially larger environmental concerns than there are for this site.
Right, which those will be reflected on your detailed cost analysis
Yes.
that we haven't seen. And have you shared those with the students?
When we did our initial cost analysis, they were shared in all of our public hearings. We've since revised
There's
those
new
based
ones.
on your.
There's new ones that AECOM, or you're stating
Right, no,
that-
we just shared them with you, that report.
No, you shared with me the summary of his opinion. You didn't give me any of the detailed stuff. In fact, I asked for it, and I wasn't provided with any of the detailed stuff. Detailed cost analysis.
You
that-
should
that
have
you
had the detailed report. There was an executive summary from the campus and then a report showing the conceptual site plans.
It was never sent to me. It was the only thing that was sent to me was those 3-page or 4-page letter from the person who was AECOM, whatever, sort of like an appraiser, but it was a cost. But I haven't seen. But anyways, I'm asking if you have shared those with any of the people who have written those detailed letters stating that some of the other alternatives are much, much cheaper and in fact much more, I'm questioning whether you have shared those with them.
We did not share with some of the project components. It was done under privilege because of the P3 nature, and so it was shared with you and with the Office of the President.
Why would it be privileged if you're showing that the alternatives are more expensive? You're not sharing any of the P3 information. You're just saying that, hey, if I go to UCLA, it's more expensive. That has nothing to do with P3.
It was, whether, well, maybe Kelly can comment because.
P3 actually should have told you that before because they were part of your team.
Well, it was looking at the cost of the other alternative.
Right.
And the concern would be that if we made that information public and one of those alternatives were selected, it would disadvantage the university in their negotiations with our business partner because they would know the price that we had projected it would cost.
But that was a cost increase, not total cost.
It includes total cost, was
The
my
summary that you sent me, I don't know, I haven't seen the details, but it just said, just like, Chancellor mentioned, this was the first time that I heard $90 million difference, which I don't, again, I don't want to get into it. But in any case, so let me ask you this. Again, it's hypothetical. If we delayed this by 2 months, what effect would it have on the total construction completion time for you? And the reason I say it is to just give enough information that you have made up your mind, to the students, to the faculty, to your foundation, to your, alumni or whatever, and including to me or whatever. And then come back on our next meeting and just tell us, and in the meantime, also look at some of the questions that George and Regent Cohen and other people asked about the potential alternatives. What on your total completion time, what would happen if you delayed this whole thing to our next meeting?
Yeah, I think the answer to that question is, and I'll turn to Sarah in a minute to say a bit more, but my impression is that we have so compressed the schedule as we've delayed this project that eventually we're going to run into the fact that it'll be a year delay because we've so compressed things, because you only want to be able to move into new housing in the fall. And so that would be my fear. I think that it's important that we do share with you, and I'm sorry that somehow that it wasn't already shared with you, the details of the budget and of the ACOM analysis. I think it should have been shared with you, and we certainly will do so immediately. I have some hope that once you've had a chance to look at it, you might find that more convincing in terms of the cost of the alternatives. In terms of being able to use that data to persuade some of our some of the opponents of this project, I'm much more skeptical that will bring about the great consensus that I think everyone around the table would like to see.
Well, I guess my question again, are you saying that if you delay this by 60 days, that you're going to have a 1-year delay, that you can't tell your contractor that, look?
I think it's a fair and a good question, Regent Makarishian. I think the issue is for the process, it's not just a 2-month delay or 60-day delay. It's really would have been a total of a year because we've compressed. We're a year past when we originally planned to bring this to you all, which was originally set for last summer, originally last spring, then last summer. And so we've kept the same endpoint of when we're delivering the beds by in 2023. And so we've been able to keep that endpoint even though we've delayed now 9 months by compressing the schedule. And so in our analysis, it's not just looking at a delay of 2 months, it's we've already delayed 9 based on our original schedule. We've been able to keep 2023. If you're able to keep that same schedule, we don't think we can. Again, ultimately, it's up to the direction of the regents to tell us what we need to do next. But again, I just want to emphasize it's not just that what we're looking at 2 months, it's that we've delayed 9 months and we've been able to keep that 2023. So we've already compressed.
George?
Yeah, I've gone back and forth on this in my mind. I just have to say, part of it is the tremendous persuasiveness of some of the opponents who have presented very significant points very well, and very lawyerly, I would say, to one of my former colleagues. I thought I'm hearing a division on the board, and it's a difficult choice, and we don't quite have our handle on it, and we generally want to give deference to the campus. So I understand that. At the same time, we have this discomfort. Now, today, actually, in seeing the video that I saw and we had asked for, I'm more comforted than I was before. So I am, having been on the fence, I'm inclined to slide the other way. But I sort of feel, Mr. Chairman, a little bit of discomfort on the board all the way around, or at least the committee. And I may be wrong, because when we hear from everybody, maybe there'll be a consensus. But I thought before there'd be no value in continuing this for 2 months, because we'd be in the same place again. But I think the value will be the confidence of the entire committee and the board in the direction that we take. So I'm inclined in my own view to say I'll be more confident in 2 months, and I recognize the problem that puts you in with compression, but maybe more compression will take place. But that's sort of where I am, Mr. Chairman, unless a consensus emerges to move forward, I'm inclined to encourage us to put it off for 2 months and get to some of the questions you asked for, get to the costs that you asked for that you haven't seen for whatever reason, and be comfortable that we're in the right direction. But I'm more comfortable than I was at the beginning of the meeting.
Well, let me say that I am too after watching this video, but as you know, and we've seen all this stuff, video is a little bit deceiving. So
Can be a little bit deceiving.
I've been there, done that before. But in any case, I think the main reason that I'm saying that we should delay this so that the students have an opportunity to look at your cost, to engage with you. The Student Association, let me go back. We're building this for the students. If the students are saying, hey, I don't want this, don't do this, I mean, that's a big problem, right? So I think it's very important for them to understand why you're doing this, why you think, you know, the other sites are $90 million more, how it's going to affect the pocketbook and that kind of stuff. So at the worst case, we will have 60 days delay or whatever that is. By the way, is your P3 partner here?
Here, right now?
Yes.
Oh, no, they're not.
Okay, so I was going to
Okay.
tell you, if you go back
And I'm sure they're
say-
not watching.
If you go back and say, hey, I want you to finish the schedule at the same time, and that's how you get the job, they say, okay, done. You know, that's a simple question to them, and I think they can finish it at the same exact completion date, assuming that we approve this 2 months from now. So I'm not that worried about that delay, but it's much more important to have your students behind you when you're building something for them, for their use. So for that reason, I agree with George, and we have 2 other people. I shouldn't call him George.
Chair Makarishan, Chair Kiefer, if I could just ask one.
Chair
If it
Kiefer.
is, if it is the will of the committee to delay this, would it be possible to consider a interim delegation such that if if Chancellor Blumenthal and his team met with a certain number of people and then brought back all the cost, we could maybe do it in April, depending on what we hear from.
I'll be happy to do that if everybody agrees that my judgment would be enough. That's the only way you get interim.
I don't want to delegate it to you, but no.
Let me go through to Region Lead and then Region Nguyen, and then we can go through it.
Thank you. I thought you made a very good presentation today. I'm personally, after looking at it and reading it all, I think I'm, inclined to go ahead with it. But one of the questions I had for you was an issue that either I hadn't seen in the papers or hadn't been aware of, which is a lot of people this morning came out discussing the child care center. Yeah. And I would like to know what the facts are there, because that confused me this morning.
I'm going to let Vice Chancellor Latham address that.
Certainly. So a few key facts, and then if I don't hit the ones that are of importance to you, please let me know. Based on what I heard, I think I can clarify a few things. With the child care center, we are engaging with a third-party provider, Bright Horizons, who provides child care at Davis and San Francisco, part of UCLA. It's now just signed out with Stanford as well. What we are doing, there's 2 key issues that we've heard over time, one dealing with rates that students will pay, and one dealing about what happens to the employees of our current child care center. Again, we're going from a child care center that's focused on only the children of students to one that also serves employees as well as students. So a couple things that we heard as concerns and kind of how we're addressing them is we are, because we're going from there's different titles that child care centers operate under. There's Title V, there's Title 22. Based on the kind that you're operating under, you can receive state subsidy or not. We are subsidizing the student rates to make sure that they are in line with the rates the students pay now, subject to your typical sort of annual escalation for inflation and all that. So we are ensuring that the student rates through campus subsidy will be able to stay consistent. We are also, we've encouraged the teachers and employees that choose to or want to apply under Bright Horizons to teach at the center, but we have also guaranteed that for any individuals who either don't choose that route or are not hired by Bright Horizons, that we will guarantee, it's like a total of a dozen employees, positions at UC Santa Cruz it wouldn't be for teaching, but other areas that are equivalent in terms of salary based on, the collective bargaining agreement. So the two big concerns we've heard is rates and what are you doing with the employees? And we've tried to ensure that the rates will be consistent for our students and that we will ensure employment for those who would, again, if they're choosing not to teach with Bright Horizons.
And my question would be, why are you making this change to Bright Horizons?
There's several reasons. First of all, while we have some amazing individuals who teach in our child care center, we have had challenges over the years. Also scaling up to going from one that is a smaller center to a larger center could potentially exacerbate some of those issues. Some have been public issues, some have not been public issues dealing with other things under attorney-client privilege. But in looking at both the Davis and the San Francisco child care centers, reading parental reviews, ensuring that we're able to engage with an organization who has the economies of scale when something does go wrong in your center, that can provide the necessary backups, that can bring other reinforcement, making sure that we're focusing on what our primary core mission is and what we're good at. So those were some of the issues.
Yeah, I might just add to that. I mean, the issue is not cost, the issue is risk. And for the campus to take on an expanded child care center entails a level of risk that I think would not be in the long-term best interest of the campus.
Thank you. I guess overall what I would say, I'm fine to go with the chair and others in terms of waiting for 2 months, but honestly, I feel like we've read a lot about this. I respect what you guys have done. I think you have answered a lot of the questions. I do feel sometimes that those that don't want development sometimes can just debate it, whatever it is. And so I understand the frustration there. I feel like you guys have tried to make the argument. So I'm fine with delaying, but if push comes to shove, I would also support it now. That's just my feeling.
I have a question and comment.
Regional, sure.
First question, what would the leadership team, all of you at the table, know in 2 months that we do not know today? Whether it's us or actually just the four of you. What will you know that you don't know today?
I think very little, because we do have detailed financial analyses, for example. We have significant environmental analyses. We're happy to share that detailed financial analysis with the committee. So you'll have it too, but frankly, I'm not sure that there's anything that we would know in 2 months that we don't know now.
I mean, I think my opinion is that we have very experienced professionals here that have to deal with the consequences of their decisions every day, as opposed to our every other month. And so there's no other data that you as a leadership team will have that would change your recommendation. I am of support of this moving forward.
I'm saying if everybody is comfortable, I'll just take a last look. It's up to you. Regent Trapani?
A small point, or perhaps it's a big point, it's about the childcare. I'm not entering into the other fray just because I'm a faculty representative and there are so many views on the campus. But in terms of Bright Horizons, and I've done, childcare on the Santa Barbara campus, I've been on some planning things, I am rather concerned. I'll be very honest with you, because I would be interested in whether there's support for staff, because whilst one can keep the rates consistent for students, we can't do anything without the staff. And of course, then faculty who don't have a lot of money, who are often the ones who will use the small, who will have small children and use the childcare center. So I am concerned. I know you've thought this through, but I am concerned, and I'd like to put it on record, that outsourcing childcare to Bright Horizons, despite what UCSF and Stanford and Davis have, is something that I just want to put that concern on record. and ask that you look at supporting staff rates and lower paid faculty rates for that.
Sarah, do you want to address that?
Thank you,
rates
Chair.
The rates that we will be charging for faculty and staff?
Right, well, I mean, will be market rates. You know, the greatest, because we're building a brand-new facility, that's one of the, of course, the expenses. But for employees, in terms of the rates, they would be closer to market. They wouldn't be subsidized at the same level that we are for our students. Yeah.
Kumkum, I might add something to that, which is that we've been working closely with faculty experts on our campus who study child development. So we have worked with faculty on campus who have entirely influenced the design of the facility and been working with Bright Horizons all along. So it's been a real partnership. I don't know if you would add
The
anything.
program, we put together a group, now 2 years ago because of the delay in this project, that consisted of faculty, staff, and student parents to help identify and develop the program that would then inform the facility design. It's using the outdoor classroom concept. So did that. We also are, through a lot of work in consultation with our Academic Senate Committee on Faculty Welfare, put together a revised charge for a family committee that will be charged with multiple things that impact families, but specifically one of the areas looking at childcare, and to look and be a key role in, would be a 5-year contract, or this is a 5-year contract, because we've already signed it. This is not one of the actions for the regents. And then at year 3, to do a critical assessment about how we're doing. Do we, to a new RFP, do you continue on with the same service provider like some campuses have renewed? So we have that, and that committee consists of faculty, staff, and students.
Chair Makarasian, just to say that I follow that now, and some of my concerns are relayed, but my concerns about cost and market rate, I'm afraid I just beg you to look more closely at it so that you have staff and faculty who don't go bankrupt.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a critical need. The challenges with the facility, regardless of who is operating it, you're going to have to operate for people at a higher rate. Again, not for the students. We're subsidizing that than we are now.
Okay, wait. Regent Parks.
So on the childcare issue, is this germane to the item before us?
The Bright Horizons decision contract is not. It's not an item that's before the regents. That's a campus level decision that was already reviewed and made by the campus leadership. So the only thing that impacts is the fact that there's the new child care facility building, and it's designed, it was part of the CEQA analysis.
Okay.
So the building is, but not the decision of who's providing the service.
Okay, so that is a matter that can continue to be discussed.
Yes. Absolutely.
Apart from this item.
Yes.
So, I just have a procedural question, really. We're still in open session. We have a closed session item. The item right now before us, it is about the amendment of the LRDP and approval of the EIR. Even beyond those things, a decision about whether to move forward in the closed session is sort of a separate action. Is that? No.
It'd be approval of the ground lease and the business terms.
Right, that is not this item.
Right, this is approval, as you said, of the amendment to the LRDP, certification of the EIR, and approval of the design of the project as proposed in the item. The closed session is the business terms for the ground lease to implement that project.
So it's approval of the design.
Correct.
Of the item before us. Okay. So, Mr. Chair, how do you want to proceed? There is a split in the committee. Would it be appropriate to make a motion to move this item, see what the majority of the committee wills, and if the motion does not carry, then it is assumed that it will be brought back in 2 months with additional information, and if the motion passes, there will still be additional information brought forth. So what is the will of the chair?
I would suggest that we make a motion to approve the item subject to, if everybody is comfortable, subject to, for myself and maybe a few other members of this committee, or if nobody wants to, I'll take the bullet for it. Reviewing the cost items of the other alternatives with the campus, and if that's the case, the motion is already approved. If there's any problem, then I come back. So it'll be subject to consultation with Nathan, the Chancellor, maybe next week, so that the delay is not 2 months or a month or 4 weeks, but just next Tuesday, next Wednesday, or whatever that is. That would be my suggestion.
Okay, so
I haven't made the motion yet, but that would be my suggestion.
Okay, once the motion is made, I'll second it.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve this subject to your review along with Regent Cohen and Regent Anguiano. Excuse me, I'll substitute.
Then it'll be a
Regent Park
public meeting if there's
No,
three
three, just three of you, just three.
Well-
Regent Cohen, Regent Park, if you like, if that's what you're asking for. So that it's not simply on the chair alone. And
Thank
that
you.
this be the recommendation to the full board, and you will have, you no more than a month if you're going to change your mind on this approval.
I'm glad I won't work for George.
All right. That's the motion.
Thank you. So that motion is made?
Yes.
I'd like to just clarify, what is it subject to? To your review and discussion or some action?
I think it would be subject to confirmation by the three delegated representatives.
Correct. I second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any objections? No objections. Okay, the motion is approved. Did you have an objection? Yes? Okay. Regent, object. Okay, thank you very much.
Great, Kelly, do we need action on the closed with the same condition? Or does this, because this was just the LRDP design?
The closed session is approval of business terms. It is not execution or approval of the ground lease itself. And so if the decision is after this subsequent conferral is not to go forward with design, then there would be no ability to execute a ground lease on those business terms for a project that wasn't approved.
But has the committee approved the business terms yet, subject to that?
No, we
So-
haven't gone into
okay,
closed
so we need
session and
to- yeah.
considered that item.
Closed session. Closed session.
So you're saying?
All right, thank you very much. The open session is adjourned, and then we take maybe 3 minute, okay, 5 minute, 5 minute rest, and we'll go to closed session. Thank you.